right, Googans, go time on a Thursday morning. Buckle up for the basketball bonanza that is March Madness. It tips off now in a scant 6 minutes. We'll start you off in the trust tree, E.T. Good morning, friend.
What they do, Jeffrey?
You got your bracket in there? Did you get it all filled out?
Almost.
Almost, yeah.
I got to tip off.
You know what I've determined?
Uh-huh.
That stinking wheel is taking the fun out of March Madness for me.
Man, goodness.
I got like bracket freeze. It's like I just want to just fun and frivolously fill out my bracket and not grind on what might happen in the Elite Eight if I pick it wrong. There's like one team in particular that I feel like rolling the dice on and sending them through. But I know rather than just, losing out the $5 in the office pool, I got that stinking wheel over there.
I'm going to say bracket freeze.
I got bracket freeze. I can't get the thing filled out. I don't even have it filled out yet. I'm not trusting myself. I've gotten so far away from my gut instinct, I don't know what my gut instinct was. I think I remember saying something to the effect of these 6 teams have been really good. I'm going to be really hard to not have 4 of the 6 in there. So how do I now have this Final Four with only 2 of them in there? How do I have an 8 seed in the Final Four? What is going on? Bracket freezy. It's
bracket
all because of that stinking wheel that's staring at me over there. It's taking the fun out of it. I don't need all these. Let me tell you how far we've strayed from what the wheel was. You ready for a little wheel lesson, E.T.? Can we go off tangent to start here on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday?
Educate me.
You bet we can. The wheel started due to dig your heels in, not going to give an inch arguments of opinion / fact between my co-host and myself many years ago.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you really believe that so-and-so was going to happen, the other guys, you're crazy, so-and-so will never happen, dime bet. And we would just throw around the term dime bet on these things. And it got to the point where we just used the word dime bet, every other show. So we decided, you know what, if you're really going to put our money where our mouth is, we invented the wheel of consequence. And if you dug in and said, like the Jags will get 35 sacks. Nah, you're crazy. They won't get 35 sacks. Oh, really? You want to put it on the wheel? That's what it's intended to do. It's intended to be the sack bet, E. But what's happened with the wheel, and we used to have other parameters. I'm not saying that the loser of March Madness shouldn't have to do some flippantly annoying, either task or activity if they lose or whatever. But what's happened with the wheel, it's just become the de facto go-to for every single thing that we do. Brunch for the tour, spin the wheel. Friday 5-pack, spin the wheel. March Madness, spin the wheel.
Jags won't get as many sacks. Spin the wheel.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least that is like, like if you want to go Braves wins versus Mets wins, there's a dog in the fight. There's that's not just a fill out a bracket or pick 2 buffoonish golfers every Tuesday. I mean, the wheel has devolved to the point that we just close our eyes and throw a dart at a couple of darts every Tuesday. And at the end of the year, if your dart tossing was wrong, you're running the river run? What? Because I can't try any harder and change the fact. Like, I can't grind on my bracket. Can we all agree to one point? Listen, if you get 2 or 3 of the 4 and you pick the winner, you had a good bracket. But let's all admit the way that this thing's about to blow up in the next 4 days, there's a lot of luck involved. Making sure that the 1 or 2 seed that you picked survives the chaos. Well, yeah, there it sits over there. Let me take you through let me go get this thing. Well, you YouTube viewers can throw you a little bone.
Oh, yeah, we got to update that thing.
Yeah, these are gone. But this is the kind of stuff you deal with.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? This little thing.
that little thing will wait.
Little bastage. Okay? Is it there's no school this week?
Yeah, they on spring
break. So right
break.
now we just got a bunch of rugged 6 o'clockers out there listening.
That's right.
You think right now for the most part? Yeah, I call this thing the bastard. So this bastard here, we call this the wheel. This is the wheel. And so just for instance, you can see him. You can't read him. I see that, but oh well. Look. I mean, here were I think this was actually E's spin.
Oh.
Somehow we just, I don't, so anyway. But somehow on E's spin, I have done one of these. But wait, what is this from anyway? March Madness last year? I think it is, right? You didn't lose brunch with it. You don't do any, only two you are subjected to are brunch with the tour and the bracket, no?
Correct.
Yeah, I think this was March Madness last year. We had what he ended up with, the blow-up date. My man finally swiped to the site that caught his eye, chose Destiny. The rest, as they say, is history. Took her for a lovely breakfast. We had fun with that one on the air. There was spiders and snakes. I don't know what that means exactly. We were going to, put you in some sort of room with spiders and snakes? What did that entail?
I don't know what y'all was going to do with that. I don't know why it's on there.
I mean, that's Hick is the one that tiptoed into your spider and snake paranoia. So I don't know exactly how he was going to do that. But
he's a sick man.
Yeah. Oh, well. There was the milk mile. I did that. I had to eat a honey bun, drink a glass of milk, and run a 10-minute mile, I think it was.
Yep, 10 minutes.
All right. There was Iceman goalie. You would have had to stand in goal and let those guys just pepper shots at you. That sounds easy. I bet you leave black and blue. Just one misplaced.
Yeah.
Stretch the wrong way, leave something susceptible, and you're done, right? Then the diaper walk, which is the one that ET really didn't want.
That's the one.
So, yeah, last year, because ET just so happened couldn't quite do as good in March Madness as the rest of us who paid no attention to college basketball a year, just like him, would have had to put a diaper on and walk from here up to the sip and go and buy something and walk back. It was kind of interesting when we power ranked those things, just because we were talking about the wheel yesterday, and we power ranked like what Dan and I would most and least like to do, how those are different. Like you would have thought diaper walk would have been number one no-go for me, but it wouldn't have been number one. I think blow-up date would have been number one no-go for me.
That one also, it takes time. You're sitting there.
That's the thing. Like the diaper walk, sure, it's embarrassing, and I know it'll live on social media, but it'll have context.
Done in 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it's got the content. Okay, you lost a bet, haha, look at that, and then it's gone. It's forgotten, right? So the diaper walk from here up to the store and back, I really wouldn't have minded the spiders and snakes. Iceman goalie, I would have just hunkered down, make sure I was padded up.
Yeah, well, yep.
So I want to make sure every body part is obscured, if you know what I mean. I already did the milk mile, so that's no big deal. And so there we go. That just kind of sums up how. And by the way, you can come at me on the text line. This isn't about being soft. It's not about, it's about taking the fun out of the bracket. I stand by it. That being said, I'm going to have to get over my bracket freeze at 6:12 on Tournament Thursday. I filled one in, looked at it twice, crumpled it into a ball, and here I sit.
It's like every game now we're referencing the dang on bracket.
Like, I'll tell you the one. I'll tell you, E. It don't matter. I mean, you're gonna fill it in, and I'm gonna end up chickening out. But I want to put Gonzaga on a little run.
Okay,
but it's a tough road, dude.
Yep, it is.
I mean, first of all, they got to win the first game. The problem with picking an 8-9 to make a run is they got such a tough game. Those 8-9 games notoriously are hard to pick. And I'm pretty sure I saw a stat the 9s have won significantly more than the 8s. It's just a tough pick. I mean, what if Georgia comes out and upsets Gonzaga right out the gate? That's the problem with taking and now listen, those 5 to 11s, they'll make one of them are gonna make the Final Four, no matter how sure we are about these good teams. And the problem with picking like a Gonzaga, and there's other examples you could come up with, really from 4 or 5 on down. The problem with picking those teams, they're susceptible to losing early, and then you lose all of those accumulating points. And so that's what I mean about taking the fun out of it, E. It behooves you in our game to go chalky, right? And just be better safe than sorry. And just assume between your chalk, you at least are going to amass, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way through. You're not going to get knocked out of the bracket, out of the game. You're not going to get knocked out in these first 2 rounds with one big qualifier. with one big as long as. I mean, you can sit here and go 20-12 in round one. You can go 19-13 when the first rounds of games are over, as long as you keep your Sweet 16s, your Elite Eights, and your Final Fours alive. So, in other words, if you only go 19-13, but you still have 11 of the 16 and 6 of the 8 and all 4 left, or 6 of the 8 and 3 of the 4, then you'll hang around, especially if you're in one of those bracket challenges where you accumulate points as you go. Is this is this the cat? Is this actually the cat on the text line, E? I know we've designated him. Yeah, I think it is too. The cat is texted in because, of course, he has. The last time you used the wheel was last year's tournament because you dodged the cat this year in the 5-pack and didn't put a wheel spin on the line after losing 3 years in a row to the cat. I know one thing about the cat. The cat's never afraid to tell you how great the cat is. And by the way, cat, I would not have spun. So take your arrogance and shove it up your A. I wouldn't have spun. You should have waited, sent that text for an hour there, friend. I wasn't like, I still was facing bullets. I don't know where you ran off to. Oh, the cat. This is fair from the text line. I can't have this. You're right. You guys have taken on the Jags personality, worrying more about losing than winning. Here's the problem with that. First things first. It's good. It's a funny line, but if we really break it down, there's not a lot of truth in there. The Jags certainly have not worried much about losing. They do it regularly. And the other side is the Jags' only benefit is a prize if they win. There's no punishment for losing. For us, it's the opposite. There is no prize for winning. There's only a punishment for losing. So, points for the line. Points for the line, but I'm not positive it's accurate. Also, let's see. I'm firing up the text line first time this morning. Signed by Lifetime Enclosures. Oh, look at this. Jazzfest. Did you see this on the text line? You haven't been on the text line, have you?
Well, I saw that. I knew that. I saw that on the text line, and I actually knew that.
I hope he doesn't know this. We're going to have to go ahead and make plans for this, aren't we?
Oh, it's going to be great.
Now, maybe now, without having to pay the $10,000, we can at least interview Cool to promote the show, because I sit in front of me. I haven't confirmed, but I'll go with you, Jazzers.
Oh, that's correct.
Yeah.
That's confirmed.
Cool in the gang coming to Jacksonville. Jazzfest in May. What you gonna do?
Yeah. What you gonna do?
This is like this is like prime, right? This is prime high school for me.
Oh, I wish I could walk those, like just be on a fly on the wall.
Right now, this Cool in the gang is getting down on it on the jukebox, and we're playing Donkey Kong. That's what we're doing. Right
Going to arcades.
Yeah, we're at the arcade.
Stands.
Yeah, we're at the arcade, and I can hear somebody chasing down Miss Pac-Man, but I'm on the Donkey Kong machine right now. Defender, Asteroids, they're all firing around me. Yeah. This song is going to hold. You put this song in a bottle, and they can pick it up in about 400 years, and they're going to go,
vibe.
I like that vibe, they're going to say.
Still go vibe.
What? Yeah, let's just spin the hits. Oh, we're back on this morning show. Haven't even left. Huh? That's what you get here. So Cool in the gang coming to Jacksonville in May for Jazzfest. So I guess Hick will be happy. All right, let's get out of the silliness and back to what's going on in the sports world. All right. Okay. 0 for 1 for the big bad SEC. Texas in the play-in last night had a 13-point lead over Xavier. Listen, I don't want to, connect too many dots to these. The tournament is so much about. I heard Tom Izzo last night, and if anybody can speak to the tourney, and he had a good point in the interview that I was watching. He said, "Look, I addressed my team, and so many of them are young, they don't know about their." I said, "Listen, fellas, I've had every experience in this NCAA tournament. I've taken this. He's using we, not wasn't promoting himself, just getting the mindset of of his team right. Said, man, we've been to the Final Four as a 7. We've lost the first game as a 2. We haven't made it out of the first weekend X amount of times. We've won the championships, and, it's coming at you. But later, as part of the interview, saying so much of the tournament that people just, you don't take enough into account because it comes at you so fast. This is more from a fan media standpoint. But from the coaches, matchups. You can play a lesser team, but if they have a particular matchup that can be your Achilles heel, it's never hard for an 8 to beat a 1, man. It's not 14s beat 3s, and 13s beat 4s, and 12s beat 5s, and 11s beat 6s. It'll happen 4 or 5 times. 11 through 15 will win 3 or 4 or 5 games in the next couple of days. We talk about parity in the NFL, and they like to bang the drum of having the most parity. Buddy, we should take a good reminder here every March. The most parity in big-time sports has got to be the college basketball tournament, doesn't it? It's got to be. Big brands, blue bloods, newcomers, mid-majors, you name it. The balls are bouncing, man. The ballistic attack of basketball starts in 6 hours. All right, we got Gator news and notes and, kind of regional updates. Going to have to get over the bracket freeze and make those brackets official here before we get to tip off. Mrs. P's filled her bracket. She got to get in the... Miss P has a bit of a gambling problem, I've determined. I need to lay a wager. I got to get Mrs. P's Hard Rock account to get anything firing. Ever since she hit that, I don't know, what was it? Was it DraftKings or something she hit? Remember? You were here, right?
Yeah.
She had like 3,500, something ridiculous. First place in one of those things?
Yeah.
Like $1. She won like $5,000 or something. I don't even remember. But, you better bet she had that bracket out waiting for me with her matchsticks to put into the pool. Yeah. She did better than I did last year. Let me tell you, the combined minutes. And this is what's so fun about the bracket, too, is, everybody will do it for a variety of different reasons and discern their games for a bunch of different reasons, some not rational, going by what color you like better. It happens. But I got to be honest, Mrs. P, combined actual minutes of college basketball watched this year. She's going to get some of the... I watched more this year than normal, so she's going to get a more of just like second half. But I'm actually talking about paying attention to the game, right? Not just it's on. She's, on her phone on the couch, and I'm watching the game. I'm talking about paying attention to the game, asking who's leading, asking who's playing. 12 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Like 12. Like maybe got interested in the tail end of like a Tennessee game or a Bama game or one of those. 12 minutes probably. And pretty good odds that 3 weeks from now when we tally up the old office pool, she'll have more total points than I will, E. If you looked at anybody for expert guidance through the March Madness bracket, keep on looking. All right, much more ahead. We're just getting started. But, yeah, the one down for the big bad SEC, Texas goes down. Now, every year there's a theme to the tournament. Is that theme, the SEC was overranked. We gave too much credit for beating each other. Does that mean that the Tennessees and Bamas and Kentuckys and A&Ms especially are more, vulnerable than we think? You know what that leads to, E? That leads to bracket freeze. It's a custom tree surgeon Thursday. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Bone-crushing blows to game-winning goals.
Yes!
Feel the energy on 1010XL.
History!
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Homeowners, listen up. It's time to start fresh in 2025. Prosser here, and Loan Pronto is here to help take control of your finances in 2025 by lowering your house payments and consolidating that nagging debt. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Right now, Loan Pronto has some of the most competitive offers for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans, starting in the low 5s APR. If your current rate is over 6%, don't settle for paying too much. Even if you're in process with another lender, call Loan Pronto now. Lock in at a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. You can even skip your next 2 house payments. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Get your personalized Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees. Call now, 904-999-1508, or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLS consumeraccess.org.
Hey folks, Hicken here for Zero Res. You're going to want to beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Hey, and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Don't forget about your air ducts. Your air ducts, sort of like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them Dan or 1010XL sent you. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser start the week by giving the ball to the best back and do that.
And off, Fred Taylor.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins DUI defense firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Good morning, beautiful people. E.T. here, and spring in Clay County means one thing and one thing only: the award-winning Clay County Fair. It's more than just rides and concerts. It's an experience. Savor the flavors of classic fair treats. Explore family-friendly attractions and enjoy the perfect mix of small-town charm and big-time fun. Plan your trip with Explore Clay County Tourism and turn your visit into a getaway. Find the best places to stay, eat, and explore at exploreclay.com. And don't forget to share your fair adventures with hashtag ExploreClay.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Tired of drafty, noisy vinyl windows? It's time to say goodbye to vinyl. And hello to lasting comfort with Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors. Our exclusive Fiberx windows are 2 times stronger than vinyl, more energy efficient, and custom built to fit your home perfectly. No more warping, no more cracking, just beautiful, durable windows that stand the test of time. Right now, get special financing or save big with limited time discounts. Call Renewal by Andersen today and say bye-bye vinyl. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Don't wait. Upgrade today. License number CGC 1527613.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is giving away free beer again this year for the Madness Tournament.
Do they really give you a free pint of Miller Lite for each game you pick right?
Yes, all you got to do is fill out your bracket at 1010XL.com. The contest page closes this morning, so go to the flash page now at 1010XL.com. For free beer, just download your bracket, print it out, and bring it into any Mr. Chubby's Wings during the games. Every game you pick right, you get a free beer.
Go to 1010XL.com now. It's the free beer Chubby Madness Bracket Challenge. See Mr. Chubby's Wings Facebook for full contest details.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Make it 10, by the way. Make it 10. Yacht rocking you back on a Thursday morning. Customs Research is Thursday. 9 free agents signed, right? We talked about the big class. Gonna lift that floor. What you got to say? Ecosystem. Say, hey, hey, hey. What you got to say? Intangibles. Ecosystem. All right. Yeah, so they signed the 9 free agents. Add to that, this is a name that would have fit in with the other 9, like as far as like what this guy's done, but kind of quietly yesterday, Jags signed an offensive lineman, former Gator Fred Johnson, to a 1-year contract. You might remember Johnson down with the orange and blue. Big kid he was. 6'7", 326-pounder now. Played all 17 games last year for the Eagles, made 6 starts. Brings him back to the Sunshine State. 27 years old. 62 games in his career. He's got 14 total starts. He spent time with the Bengals and the Bucks and the Eagles. So, you know, there's another guy to compete and contend and change the personality and ultimately the play of this offensive line. We've been running out far too many average players with no competition behind them pushing them, right? Think about it. I mean, we're rolling out the Fortners and even the Sheriffs and you know, Ezra Cleveland, whoever it was before him. There's Tyler Shatley's. There's never anybody there. It's really like pushing anyone. Not to mention if somebody goes down, the only guy who ever really stepped in and played at a relatively decent replacement level, it felt like, was Walker Little, doesn't it?
The only one.
Yeah, he'd come in at time when you needed him, and he would, you know, he could perform. So anyway, Johnson is a tackle. Don't know if he, you know, I don't know about versatility. Shipped in the guard. You know, they're rebuilding that offensive line. I'm sure the personality of it as well. I do know that the center from Tampa is kind of known for being, you know, aggressive. I don't want to use the word dirty, but that scrapper mentality, right? Echo of the whistle guy, hard-nosed, aggressive. That's what we need. We need our O-line just, right? We talked about it. Talked about it all year. Anyway, so the Jags get a little depth there with Fred Johnson. Also notice when players leave the roster, where they may land. Told you yesterday, Tim Jones, played here really just known for special teams. We couldn't find many special team stats for number, 15 was it, E.T., Tim Jones?
That's correct.
Yeah. He goes off to the Minnesota Vikings, I would presume, to play some sort of special teams role. And then remember the old Azizi Odamewo who flashed in the preseason and made the roster and then did what most Jaguars defensive linemen do, went into witness protection?
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, he signed with the Steelers yesterday, so they saw at least something. We'll see if he, you know, can make that roster. You know what? I'm kind of curious now. It seems like we should be falling within that time window that Mark Lamping referenced when, what was it? When Cohen and I guess when Cohen was announced.
Yeah, we are.
Remember, ask him about the stadium and when we may have an answer when it comes to whether or not it's Orlando or it's Gainesville. And I'd have to go back and listen to exactly what Mr. Lamping said as to the timeline. But it's, you know, when you do this as long as I do, something will like tap you on the shoulder every now and then, like, hey, isn't it about the time that so-and-so should be going on? I guess now there's word that at least from Orlando's perspective, they feel like the Jags' decision will be decided by May. And by the way, that may be what Mark Lamping said. Again, I know it was relatively soon is what I, left that press conference or left listening to that press conference thinking. Well, we now learn that the Florida Citrus Sports organization down there in Orlando is asking for funding to host the Jaguars for the 2027 season. Jags need a place to play. The Orange County Tourist Development's agenda, according to it, the organization will request funding to bring the NFL team to Orlando for one season during the stadium renovations here. As we well know, Jags considering playing games at this stage. It's down to Camping World Stadium or at Ben Hill Griffin in Gainesville. And it would not be shocking if they played additional home games in London for that one season. Does that bother anyone? Does that bother you, E? If they play 2 or 3 home games in London?
Yeah, that does.
The year that they're going to be playing in Orlando?
Oh, if it's in Orlando,
that year.
No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That year, it would, I don't think they would take more than 2 over there for their own reasons, but I don't know that for sure. And they haven't said, that they are looking for extra home games. It's just kind of playing the old common sense game. Here's Mark Lamping at the press conference introducing Liam Cohen, which would have been how long ago? When did that go on the system? Do you have the date on there?
No, I don't have the date.
All right, so but that was what? But Cohen had to be introduced 4 or 5 weeks ago, right?
If it was about 30, 40 days ago.
Yeah, something like that. And here's Mark Lamping then when asked about the latest update on that stadium for the displacement season.
We're probably within 30 to 45 days
from
submitting a report to the National Football League, which will summarize our evaluation of all the alternatives. We'll also include a recommendation. The league will receive that. They'll study that. We'll have a lot of back and forth. And if we can get to a consensus, which I'm sure we'll be able to do that, it will then go through the normal NFL approval process. It would go to committee meetings in advance of probably the May owners meeting. And then if things advance through the committee process, I think maybe by the May owners meeting, there may be something to consider. But, keep in mind the approval process for a temporary stadium is the exact same as extending a lease. So we not only have to have the league approval.
All right, I got you. So basically, both are true. We're to the point that it sounds like that they've kind of made their decision, and that would correlate with suddenly down there in Orlando, they're asking for some funding for the Jags to come there in 2027. You feel me? So that report that's been sent to the league, apparently that won't be, maybe that's not going to go on that transparency page of Jaguars.com where we track the coaches and the GMs per se. But it sounds like that's probably going to be what their recommendation is. And again, I'm just kind of piecing things together here because of this statement that came from Visit Orlando yesterday. Orlando consistently attracts its national and international events that greatly benefit our community, and the potential hosting of the Jacksonville Jaguars home games in 2027 is a prime example of this. We believe Orlando is uniquely positioned for success with these opportunities, and then yada, yada, yada. For us, hosting these games would drive substantial economic benefits for local businesses, provide Visit Orlando and our destination partners with opportunities to enhance, their experience here. So, pretty clear Orlando would love to have the Jags to the point they'd like to spruce it up even more for that 2027 season. And because of that timing, their report, Mark Lamping said, would be going to the league with, and a part of that would include their recommendation for where they'd like to play. And that doesn't make it official, but it does mean officially the Jags have decided where they would like to do it. And by all indications, everything from that point is going to be a formality. The NFL is going to trust that the Jaguars have done all the due diligence and fallen within the parameters of what needs to happen for their, one season of home away from home. Man, it's great to get the attention. It's fun to read about your team in such high regard, but it also makes you awful nervous when you go from Hunter to hunted. And man, that happened quick for Florida, didn't it? From Hunter to hunted. From under the radar, considered all year long the fourth of those 4, Auburn, Tennessee, Alabama. They've always been considered 4. All 3 of those teams had opportunity and pulled off big out-of-conference wins early in the year, beating teams like Houston and UConn, others. I mean, they just, I have to review. But I was even looking at Oklahoma. In Oklahoma this year, they beat like Arizona. I think they beat Louisville, Clemson. I mean, a lot of wins for the SEC out of conference. That by the time you get through the conference schedule and you look at that conference record, by the way, Texas was that 6-12 team that they went ahead and put in. They lost last night. But anyway, from hunter to hunted, it's happened quick for the Gators. Man, let me tell you the who's who list of personalities and former coaches who are saying, yeah, Todd Golden's team is cutting down the nets. I'll do that when we come back on the other side. And I got a football fix. The field is narrowing for Aaron Rodgers, and I don't mean by his decision. The Vikings going in a different direction. So where does that leave him? We've got that. More news and a football fix. Some of the free agents still out there, and some of the possible fits for them, according to Bill Barnwell. All that and more. It's Custom Tree Searches Thursday. Listen, gang, I've had Custom Tree Searches. In fact, I've reminded myself here today. I often will remind you guys, if you need something done, you can count on our partners here on the drill. And when I throw the break here and pay some bills, I'm going to go on my phone and I'm going to contact Custom Tree Surgeons because I need them to come out to the property. Got a couple things going on out there. So there you go. Listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Florida Gators are plus 380 to win the national championship, plus 190 to make the final, minus 125 to reach the Final Four. They will open up play at the Lenovo Center in Raleigh on Friday, laying 28.5 points against Norfolk State. Gators are the number one seed of the West region of the NCAA tournament. First four in Dayton today. Xavier, 2.5-point favorites over Texas. The winner gets Illinois in Milwaukee on Friday. At American, a 2.5-point favorite over Mount St. Mary's. The winner moves on to meet Duke in Raleigh on Friday in a first-round matchup in the East region of the NCAA tournament. $250 bonus, and you open up a GBank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Plumbing problem? AC acting up? Septic tank trouble? Don't waste time calling 3 different companies. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. We offer plumbing, septic, and air conditioning services, making it easy for you to work with one trusted company and one simple build. Every department has highly skilled experts trained for the job. For fast, reliable service from a company that does it all the right way, call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Real estate isn't just a job, it's a commitment. With Paige Covington, you get a dedicated partner who's available day or night because buying or selling a home doesn't follow a schedule. Your needs come first. Whether it's finding the perfect home or selling for top dollar, Paige Covington goes the extra mile every time. Meet Paige Covington with England Volkers at String Sports Brewery on Penman Road in Jacks Beach, Friday, March 21st from 4 to 6 for Madness with the Frangie Show. PaigeCovington.evrealestate.com.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Big shots that change your bracket.
For the win.
Listen all month for top March moments on 1010XL. Driven by Garber Auto Mall. Weekend Wiggle It.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy. You look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic.
You're what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow. I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but
Bueller Air & Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performancepainting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Jacksonville, get ready to spice up your night at One Night Taco Stand. Every Taco Tuesday, enjoy their mouth-watering tacos for just $2.99 and get your weekend started with 2-for-1 house margaritas. Find fresh Mexican street food, stiff drinks, and fun vibes at One Night Taco Stand with 3 Jacksonville locations in Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA golf professional. Take it from me. If you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Hey, 6 o'clockers. So, yacht rocking you in 6:47 on a Thursday morning. Gonna be a beautiful day today. I was telling ET I've been lucky enough. Old college buddy of mine is inviting me to a member guest the next 3 days, and I was telling ET about the member guest experience, just what a member guest is and what it entails and the fun and
my mind is just blown.
Yeah. And the good member guests are awesome. They keep you out of any doghouse with the wife because there's enough that,
you get to bring her along.
Yeah, a couple parties over the course of the weekend. And I enjoy hanging with Miss P. I mean, I know some of you guys like a little getaway, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I blew ET. He's just in there.
That's like you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And then you telling me this. I'm like,
you gotta find,
I can't wait to get a handicap.
Yeah, find you a buddy to get you into a good.
I think I can find a buddy. I just gotta get my game up.
Now look, dude, and I'll be honest too. The different clubs, member guest experiences are different formats.
Yeah.
And what they do and whether it's the parties they throw or the whatever it is. But anyway, I sure love them because it allows you to be at least somewhat competitive, man. You get, once you get out of your prime athletic career, recreationally athletic career, amateur athletic career, I should say. You like those times where you can really compete. We all love to play golf, and you compete to a degree in whatever skins game or match you got going on with your buddies, but until it gets something like formalized like that, right, where you're playing everything down and counting every shot, it's fun. It's good. It's good, stressful sometimes on course escape for the next few days. But that's not the point. The point is E.T. I left him with some. He's envious in there, aren't you?
I am.
Huh?
I ain't gonna lie.
All right, listen. I mean, who do you want to know? Dick Vitale picks the Gators to cut the nets down.
Did he?
Jay Billis says Florida is going to win it all. Dan Schulman, who does those games with Jay Billis on ESPN, they've just, set front and center for all the big matchups, all the great teams all year long, picks Florida to win it all. In fact, ESPN surveyed their 52 college basketball experts. That's right, ESPN now has 52 of them. But it includes a variety. Anybody that you've seen on any of the studio shows or SEC networks, I saw BPY, our buddy Big Pat Young. Picks Florida. But anyway, he is one of them. Out of the 52, ET, 22 picked Florida and 22 picked Duke to win it all. That's 44 of the 52. And then like 6 or 8 picked Houston, and then like 3 other teams got 1 vote, including Auburn. Yeah, there's a consensus, ladies and gentlemen, out there. And listen, of all the sports consensus you could have, a March Madness consensus is probably the flimsiest, man. It's an event that's just known for the outrageous occurring. Monumental upsets are coming. We don't see them now. Everyone looks safe. That little 1 or 2 or 3 next to their name is a flex till it's not. But, buddy, they are all over Florida. And then I go to this one. This is also from ESPN, and they surveyed 25 current coaches and scouts. The 1 seeds are 1 seed because they click all they're hitting everything, the eye test, the metrics, defensive, offensive efficiency, all that good stuff. And so of the 25 coaches,
Yep.
How many of the 25 picked either Duke, Florida, Auburn, or Houston? In other words, how many picks other than Duke, Florida, Auburn, or Houston showed up on the 20? Last year, by the way, 20 of the 25 votes went to eventual champion UConn. The coach got it right last year, but UConn was right. They were coming off the title. They rolled through last year, number 1, just about all year long. They were a dominant team. They showed it in the tournament, and they won it relatively easily. But 25 coaches and scouts polled Duke, Florida, Auburn, Houston, the 4 top seeds. How many of the 25 votes did they get when these coaches were asked who's going to win it all?
I'll go the same number, 20 out of the 25 at least.
25.
100%.
Every single coach thinks it's going to be a 1 seed that wins it. Now they think, in somewhat, they think differently, some of them. Here's how the tally went down. Duke got 10, Florida got 8, Auburn got 4, and Houston got 3, right? 10 and 8's 18, and 4 is 22, and 3 is 25. Yep, that's all. No Tennessee, no Michigan State, no St. John's, no Alabama, no Cinderella. Of course, a lot of those stories are written just making it to a Final Four, right? I mean, that's kind of it's also such an interesting thing about this. There's no other championship where you get, almost as much credit for getting there as you do for winning. And I'm not saying you get as much, but the Final Four sounds, I think, even different than making the Super Bowl and not winning it. Than being a Super Bowl or a Final Four feels like a win. You've won a regional. You're in a Final Four. You hang a banner. And so a lot of the stories of the feel-good of this year are going to be written through that. Like, show of hands, Gator Nation. Even if it goes down disappointingly with a loss to Auburn, say, if you got there, you'd feel nice, warm, and toasty and just fine with a Final Four season, wouldn't you? Now, if you get there, there's always going to be some remiss if you don't pull it off. Fire the band. We got a football fix. More on the Gators as we move through this Thursday morning. It's tip-off day in March Madness. It's still find a home day for Aaron Rodgers. The latest, the Vikings say, nah. They're going to go with J.J. McCarthy. He'll be the starter. Makes total sense. Of course he is. They drafted him in the first round a year ago. It would make no sense to bring in now another 40-something-year-old. So anyway, we'll see. Still looking for landing spots for a number of free agents. I saw Darby, by the way, signed yesterday with Houston. Hey, Houston, you're doing it wrong, buddy. Of course, we're one to say. Stephon Diggs has finally made a visit. He met with the Patriots, I believe it was. J.K. Dobbins is still out there. Potential landing spots in the AFC, Browns, Steelers, Broncos. We've asked this before. I think the answer keeps coming back a resounding no. Any interest in Amari Cooper? It was interesting. Barnwell puts two of the teams who would be interested in Cooper as two of the teams he's already played for, the Cowboys and the Raiders. Stephon Diggs. Basically what you see when you go through these veteran receivers in particular who are out there, it's the same kind of teams looking for needing receivers. Cowboys, Patriots, keep showing up. Well, why don't we show up? Our receivers are, man. Keenan Allen, here's another one. Veteran pass catcher. Anyway, there's still a few free agents out there. The Jags made a signing yesterday, Fred Johnson, an offensive lineman. So it's another depth piece. He sounds a lot like the free agent. He fits right in with the free agent class already announced. Guys played a bunch of games and started a handful. So football fix, you're welcome. We carry on a custom tree search this Thursday.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. In a world where life can be predictable,
I will give them something they've never seen before.
1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Navy Mutual would like to salute all Medal of Honor recipients that have been given our nation's highest award. In 1990, Congress designated March 25th as National Medal of Honor Day, and it was signed into law by President George H.W. Bush.
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, I'm Jeff Breyer, president of Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring.
And I'm Zach Breyer. When my dad started in business in 1990, I wasn't even born yet.
That's true. And after 35 years and nearly 20,000 satisfied customers, we literally have a showroom in every neighborhood.
So whether you need more outdoor living space with a glass or screen enclosure, or you're looking to transform your home with new flooring, we've got you covered.
Visit our websites, or better yet, do yourself a favor and stop by one of our showrooms on Phillips Highway to experience the Lifetime difference and receive 20% off your purchase now through March.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Prize, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions,
It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
If you've played sports or still lead an active life, chances are joint pain is nothing new. This is Dr. George Barry of Barry Orthopedics, and we like to be your option when it comes to taking care of your body and getting back in the game. From shoulders to elbows to hip and knee pain, Barry Orthopedics can diagnose and treat a variety of injuries that are causing you pain. We are Barry Orthopedics and online at barryorthopedics.com. With more than 30 years of experience, our team is here to care for your entire family.
Find out more at barryorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
It's National Hooky Day, the first day of the Hoops Tournament. Watch the madness with 1010XL and enjoy madness specials all day long, starting with helmets and heels live from Hurricane Grill and Wings in San Marco. Then join XL Primetime at Twin Peaks on Atlantic Boulevard. The Frangie Show will be at the Dart Bar on King Street, and finish the day with Into the Night with Rick Ballou and Hacker After Dark at Mr. Chubby's Wings on the West Side. Now that's the way to celebrate hoops.
Oh my!
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Call the deck guys if you want a brand new deck pavers or more. Call 904-813-2474.
TheDeckGuysJacks.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL, brought to you by Clay Solar Installation Partners. The number 13 Florida baseball team posted its second run rule victory of the week after dominating Florida A&M by 10 runs last night. Blake Sear went a perfect 3 for 3 with 1 homer and a season-high 6 RBI on top of 2 runs scored. The Gators were coming off a midweek matchup victory over JU by 12 runs, which saw a trio of 3-run homers, including one from Jacksonville native Justin Nadeau. He also doubled while tallying a season-high 4 RBI and 3 runs scored against his former team. Florida will look to extend its 2-game win streak tomorrow as they open a 3-game series against Georgia. First pitch is set for 6:30. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 53 degrees at 7 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Oh, yeah. You want to get down? Tell me, what you going to do? Do you want to get down? I'm going to get down on it.
You know it!
You want it?
I'm coming.
It's in the frat house on this one.
Tell me.
Return it.
Oh, yeah.
Get down on it.
Yes, sir.
Get down on it.
Come on, man.
Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it.
That's right.
Get down on it.
How you going to do it if you really don't want to dance?
By standing on the wall.
Back up off the wall.
Come on now.
Ow!
How you gonna do it?
Cam Robinson to the Texans. Let that out of the football fix. Hey, Texans.
Get your back up off the wall.
Houston's taking a lot of Jacksonville's
cast-offs.
That's a phrase you could use. You could get a little nastier if you want, but it's only 7 a.m.
Come on, man.
But it is odd. I don't know that Houston's, quote, A lot of teams are doing this, and there's some question whether we are or not, too, but they're
calibrating.
Yes, with players who
don't inspire you.
Correct. I mean,
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
A lot of that going on.
Christian Kirk's an NFL receiver. He's a good football player. I would have kept him, but
they're down. But it's the same as we said here. You're going from Diggs to Kirk. You're going from Tunsil to Robinson. Yes. I got news for y'all.
That's
beep beep.
And they
back it into me.
They removed Tunsil, and I believe they traded Green. They're redoing it. Their offensive line stunk last year.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Okay, but again, they're redoing it with players who don't seem to be better, even in statistics and ratings. Like Cam Robinson is a statistical nightmare from a year ago.
Well, I'm sure Josh Allen is already licking his chops for that matchup.
Well, he already got him once. I mean, the Vikings scored 7 points against us with
that's fair.
Really good football players against our defense that
was terrible.
Sucked. Sorry, Junie Bo.
Yeah.
I mean, so
$14.5 million it maxes out at for Cam Robinson.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I guess he. Yeah,
1 year deal. I guess he's going to prove it again. I mean, how many?
He's towards the end.
That's fair.
He's hanging on.
Yeah, you forget he's been around for a while.
Yeah, he's
7-8 years at least.
It's not like he's
big
hurt,
man. Yeah,
and he's
had a number of
PED
injuries.
suspension.
Yeah.
So they gave up. He lost favor here. He wouldn't go. He wouldn't go back in. He wouldn't go in a game here.
Yeah.
Last year, he wouldn't go in a game.
Yeah, he went AR-15 on us.
So anyway, yeah. He gone.
Mm-hmm.
But he was gone anyway. But he's a free agent. He signed with Houston, where Ronald Darby went, who was terrible last year.
Benched on this defense tells you something.
Yeah, and now they paid Stingley all the money, so maybe they thought they needed a veteran bargain on the other side. But I'm telling you, veteran bargains don't always work, man. So anyway, we'll see. But that's what Houston's done. I don't think Houston has made themselves better.
Did you see
this division is just
it's there for the taking.
There. And it's all going to come down. Well, again, it's not there yet for us, but I hope we're feeling good after the draft. Nice signing yesterday, another piece on the O-line. We definitely have a different O-line.
Yeah, I think they're trying to change the mentality and just the faces. They need some real competition there. Here, I was thinking this earlier, Hick. Not only we had average players, especially on the interior, there's not been anybody with any upside ever pushing them.
Right.
Like, there's no competition. There's no great backup. I mean, all we've heard are names like Tyler Chatley and Fortner and Sheriff and Cleveland. The only names we've heard at guard for 5 years.
Yeah.
Guard, interior.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it gets getting worse and worse for Kirk Cousins. I mean, it could not have gone any worse last year in Atlanta until we learned yesterday that we'll get to watch the whole thing unfurl on the quarterback series on Netflix. You see the 3 that are on?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I saw that.
The 3 are Cousins. Now, the other 2, man, are good calls, and they should be fun to watch because they got Jared Goff and everything that Detroit accomplished last year.
That's fun.
And then you got Joe Burrow had such an unbelievable individual year, but the 1-4 start.
There's going to be a moment where Joe Burrow is like on camera going, God, I hate this team.
Or something. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. They're going to be some.
What more do I have to do?
Yeah, Joe, at some point, that's a good call.
That's
Joe Burrow,
coming.
there's going to be a headline coming after one of these Netflix, something that Joe Burrow said during it.
Those natty teammates are going to be like, Dadgum. Boy, I tell you what.
But Burrow led the league 5,000 yards, almost 43 touchdowns.
I guess if you're.
Had his house broken into, that's part of it.
I guess if you're in the market, you know that they're there, but I'm surprised it doesn't come out.
Yeah,
I had no idea, or does nobody care?
Maybe you lose your interest.
Yeah, so many.
But you have interest right after it's done, and then you just kind of forget and don't.
So many athletes now have camera crews following them around for content.
Entourage.
Yeah, that maybe it's just sort of unnoticeable. I don't know, but it's just interesting that I never hear about it. But when's it due out? It's not due out for a while, or is it coming soon? But man, Kirk Cousins.
Debut in July.
Okay, that's a bummer.
They had a promo video yesterday. Quarterback debuted in 2023. We watched that one.
That was Mahomes.
And that was only and Cousins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Mariota.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't get quarterbacks to do it, remember?
Yeah, so they went to
the receivers. That followed 5 wide receivers and quarterbacks in 2023. And then last year, Burrow, Cousins, and Goff had their 2024 seasons chronicled on and off the field. Boy, that's going to be a sad tale for Cousins. Burrow, look, a lot happened with Burrow, like we said,
what
on
about
and off
that
the field.
Devastation of that loss by Detroit at home to Washington. Oh that's going to be brutal.
I saw Detroit is asking that the playoff seeding gets changed. And I was thinking, well, why? You were the 1 seed. What is it? Wouldn't have mattered for you.
Maybe they're just the ones who wanted to do it. It does make some sense.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I mean, it would.
Yeah, an 8-8 team from a division shouldn't get a better draw than a 13-4 team from.
And then it would ultimately, though, I think it could lead to in a way, if you went that way. Well, tell people what it is first so they understand it.
Yeah, let me look at.
Well, it's just simply, if you go 8-8 and win your division, you don't necessarily host a home playoff.
You
game.
get in the playoffs.
You go by record.
Yeah.
You seed by record.
Right.
1 through 7 goes by record.
Right.
The best record is 1. The worst record is 7, and everybody falls.
It doesn't
in between.
It doesn't bite the NFL as much because the league is just different.
Right.
But
my question is,
we saw how flawed this way of doing it is in the college football playoff.
Well, my question is, would it lead to like an NBA standings? In other words, just put up the conference. Don't worry about the divisions.
No, because the division winner will still get you in the playoffs, and in the NBA, it doesn't.
Okay.
In the NBA, if you win your division and you're not one of the top 8, you don't get in. Okay. So I think you have to keep. What about hockey? The division winner automatically in?
I would say yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure on hockey, but I know that they've revamped their playoff format. It feels like every
numerous
year.
times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, that'll be interesting.
I have an admission. I don't take it as a mental weakness. It's just an observation here among friends in the trust tree that is the drill.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've already shared it with you, E. So
bet.
Yeah, but and for better or worse, it is what it is. I'm just going to speak a fact to you, not asking for sympathy or change.
Oh boy,
I'm just saying something.
Yeah. Well.
The wheel has taken the fun out of the bracket for me. Like filling out my bracket isn't any fun anymore.
Okay.
I feel like I've lost my ability to frivolously and funly pick some things that I may happen because I feel like I had to go chalky to make sure that when I get to the 8 and the 4 that I haven't blown it all up.
You
Because
can't take chances.
it's just not. It's taken now. Again, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm not having any fun. I have bracket freeze right now, by the way. I can't even get it filled in. I keep changing my mind on what I want. And part of that, like I have one particular team. I'd love to roll the dice this year and send them to the 8. Or even the 4.
And you won't because of the wheel?
And I don't want to. Well, I'll do that one and turn it in at the station. But this one, which isn't really what we think if you do it that way. So damn that wheel. It's taking the fun out of March Madness. An incredibly fun time for me. And again, I'm not asking for anything other than that post. I've just posted that. I've got replies blocked.
The only other thing that we could do is we could all come up with an agreement that the loser has to do this and then not have the
I
wheel.
would rather do that and keep it lighthearted and fun. As I said before, the wheel has degenerated from something you really believe in to
listen, this is
Friday 5-pack, spin the wheel. March Madness, spin the wheel. Brunch with the tour. I ran the freaking river run because we throw darts at 2 golfers every Tuesday.
I hate to say this, but a couple 3 years ago,
and I may win, by the way. It's not.
Yeah, a couple 3 years ago, if there was an incident here at the station, you all tried to pin it on me. Wheel disappeared. There could have never been any more.
No.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Hick was on a losing streak. Hick had about a 5-wheel streak, and he broke it.
And it never would have had it being brought up again. But you two tried to get video and pin it on me.
We didn't try to. We showed it. Doc was there. Time-stamped.
And so, therefore, the wheel returned.
Yeah.
And now it's here.
I don't mind the wheel being a presence in its proper form, but it's like it's made a power grab. It's taken control of too much of the
wheel is
heartbeat of the program.
The wheel is like the devil. I
might take the wheel.
Every time I look over there, I
hear. Do I have a baseball bat in my car? Like I might right now overcome flushed with bracket anxiety and the fun out. I would take a baseball bat to the wheel right now. That's not like me.
Well, we can always go back to March Slapness. We can, we can,
stand out on the corner in a clown suit. I'm a dunce.
I had a picture of E in the I'm a dunce hat the other day.
Hazing.
Yeah,
hazing rather than bloodletting.
It's all. I mean, again, the decision to throw this out at 7:13. The day before it starts, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to react.
I tried to preface. I'm not looking for anything to change.
I understand.
I'm only sharing that my bracket experience is getting less and less fun every year because of my mental weakness when it comes to the wheel.
I have 3 brackets here.
Yeah.
All filled out.
For different.
No.
They all got the same.
I'm just keeping I'm riding one the whole way.
Yeah, me too. I always do that.
The one with his heart.
Yeah.
Wife's bracket and the son's bracket.
Sure. I've got Mrs. P's out in the car. Probably she'll beat me like she did last year. I told E total cumulative minutes of undistracted basketball watching for Mrs. P this year. 7 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's ready.
Yeah, she'll have more points in the office pool than I will.
She usually
I don't
does.
get it.
But yeah, so
What'd you end up? Oh, well, don't tell me. I guess till we'll do our big reveal. I still got to fill one in. I wasn't kidding.
I don't know.
I did one. I looked at it. I crumpled it into a ball and I threw it away.
You're gonna wish you had that one.
Nah, it'll end up being similar.
E, have you completed
It's
your
only
bracket?
really there's really just one team that's confounding me, and I don't like if you ride like a 5 to 11 seed to the Final Four and they do what most 5 to 11 seeds do and lose the first weekend, you screw yourself.
Yeah.
In a wheel bet.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you put your
If it's
matchsticks
close,
in.
if it's close, or if there's not upsets.
Right.
You never know. It just last year was a chalky year. So, and you've already claimed that you.
Right. And now it's like my gut and my instinct, and then yet my evolving research are in conflict right now, Dan. They let an inner turmoil in my basketball soul.
Well,
that's all I'm saying. Not again.
Sometimes you have to trust yourself.
I'm not looking for sympathy nor alterations, and I will, and we'll make it right, and I will proudly proclaim that this is the winner when I hand it in.
Well, speaking of our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day, brought to you by our friends at Dream Finders Homes. They're the official home builder of the Jaguars, the Gators, and the PGA Tour. And for a limited time, a 4.99% fixed interest rate in 15 different locations in Jacksonville.
15 of them things?
Yeah, you heard me right. So visit dreamfindershomes.com, especially first-time home builders. They'll help you navigate through. Tell them Dream Finders Danny sent you. You'll be glad you did, by the way. Here's the question. How far do the Gators need to go for you to call this a great season? How far do the Gators need to go for you to call this a great season? Already is. We won the SEC tourney. Win the Natty, Final Four, second weekend. Those are your choices. Real simple. It already is. Won the SEC tourney, 27-4 or 30-4. Win the Natty, Final Four, or second weekend.
This is an easy one for me.
What is this? How does it become a great season for the Florida Gator basketball program?
It's Final Four.
Final Four.
Yeah.
All right.
Now you've changed. You can't go with what you've already gotten as your answer unless you gave that answer back in September.
Okay. E, what say you?
They got to win the Natty, man.
Oh, okay.
It's the best team in the best conference. First time as the
that's a fair point.
first team All-America. Y'all got to win the Natty.
Yeah, Texas got them off to a good start last night, didn't they?
Shout out.
The eyes of Texas are losing. Got knocked out by Xavier. Win the Natty, 25.9%. Not bad, E. But Final Four, 54%. Already is. SEC tourney champs, 12.5%. Second weekend, 7.6.
Sweet 16 ain't worth nothing. That went fast.
That went fast.
Escalated quickly.
Wow.
That second round game could happen. You got to be careful. It's Tom Izzo said something that's out of our pay grade because we don't have the time to research and look at game film. But he said, man, the one thing that I think the general public and we forget about are the matchups in these events. You run into a bad matchup.
Yeah, and that's the thing the thing we don't research too.
Yeah, we don't know. That's what I'm saying. We don't know what those quote matchup issues are, but
I gotta be
they
honest.
do.
There's teams on here that I haven't seen play this
Sure.
year. I could run through right now and rattle off a few of them that I have never. I never watched Louisville this year. Nope, didn't see Louisville once. I watched Michigan. I don't know UC San Diego. I don't know Yale. I don't know. Never saw Iowa State play this year. There's a bunch of teams I haven't seen. I know Iowa State's got an injury, but
I've seen all. I haven't seen Yale this year, but I will remind. I know Yale beat Auburn last year in round one.
Sure did.
Yeah, they've got A&M, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, I can see A&M losing there. I can see A&M going all the way to the the Auburn matchup.
Sure could.
That's all of them, though, right?
Yeah. So anyway, we'll reveal that a little bit later. We're just warming up here on a Thursday. We got a lot to do today. It's going to be a fun day. Enjoy it. Hang out with us. March Madness is upon us. A lot of NFL talk continuing. College football. I saw a picture yesterday. The boys were in town that gave me pause of joy for my Florida Gator football team. And I'll tell you that when we return in the 10-minute drill.
That's a tease right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodness gracious. Sakes alive. This is The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Every game is a story.
And the game is tied.
Every play is a moment waiting to happen.
We're going to overtime.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
Haymaker Coffee is a local coffee brand to help fuel your daily grind. Why Haymaker? It's fuel for the morning hustle, the late night, and every step of the way. Bold flavors for the bold city. Online at haymakercoffeeco.com.
Take it here from Bound Eye & Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He's currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area, and he, of course, is the founder of Bowden Eye. Dr. Frank Bowden. Visit Bowden Eye & Associates today. You will experience the difference. They're keeping the First Coast focused. That's Bowden Eye & Associates.
Buying a diamond, wedding band, or piece of fashion jewelry in Jacksonville? You have two choices. You can go to locally owned Beard's Diamonds, or you can go to one of those mega national chain jewelry stores. The national chains are pretty much all the same. In fact, did you know that some of them are owned by the same conglomerate? Yes, the same Wall Street company owns all the big names. So if you're looking for extreme value with genuine personal attention, come experience the Beard's Diamond difference. At Beard's, our diamonds come straight from the source. We hand select each one for maximum brilliance. We don't have to apply corporate markups and tack on salespeople commissions, so we beat the chains on price every single day. Beard's has the strongest warranties, not gotcha clauses in fine print. Beard's has all the top designers, including Tacori and Viraggio. Beard's doesn't have out-of-state regional managers calling about sales quotas. We are all local, family-owned, with total freedom to do what's right for our customers. Beard's Diamonds, all the selection, quality, value, and service you want from local people, accountable only to you. Beard's in the St. John's Town Center.
Mia here. Getting more is great, and that's what makes this sale so great. It's a sale on top of a sale, and it's going on now at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Get $0 down at just $288 per month for a pre-owned 2022 Toyota Corolla. Or you choose a pre-owned 2021 Camry, RAV4, Tacoma for $0 down and $388 per month. You can even choose no payments till July 2025. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Anthony. Have you been charged with a crime? You don't have to face it alone. I'm here for you. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me. 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW in the 904.
The road to the playoffs is paved by a strong off-season.
That is the game within the game.
Navigate the way with AA Automotive at 1010XL.
That's a beautiful thing.
AA Automotive on Richard Street. Family run since 1954.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy, you look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic!
You're what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow, I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but
Bueller Air and Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
Wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Struggling with ED? Now Riddle Wellness has a solution that works. You've heard of PRP treatments for joint pain relief. That same technology is now available with the P-Shot, a non-surgical treatment for ED. Using your body's natural power, the P-Shot helps restore function naturally. No pills, no downtime, just results. Schedule a free consultation at elevatejacksonville.com and learn what the P-Shot can do for you. Riddle Wellness, your health, your confidence totally restored. Visit elevatejacksonville.com.
Here's good advice from your friends here at 1010XL. I'm Frank Frangie. The next time you need to send a gift for a birthday, anniversary, wedding, or just for the fun of it, call the experts at Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers does it right.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is giving away free beer again this year for the Madness Tournament.
Do they really give you a free pint of Miller Lite for each game you pick right?
Yes, all you got to do is fill out your bracket at 1010XL.com. The contest page closes this morning, so go to the flash page now at 1010XL.com. For free beer, just download your bracket, print it out, and bring it into any Mr. Chubby's Wings during the games. Every game you pick right, you get a free beer.
Go to 1010XL.com now. It's the free beer Chubby Madness Bracket Challenge. See Mr. Chubby's Wings Facebook for full contest details.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Tired of a plain and boring backyard? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop choice to beautify your home. With pavers, stonework, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, pergolas, and driveways. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost did it again with the golf, by the way.
Yeah. Turn in your sheet.
Yeah, today, this morning.
Yeah. Sports concepts and rationalizations come your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack. And the razzle-dazzle today will floor you people.
Oh, yeah. I got a pair of tickets to see Jeff Tate live at the Florida Theater on April 3rd. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com, but one lucky winner can wear a pair of tickets at the end of the 10-minute drill.
Yeah. Yeah. So I saw this picture yesterday. AR is in town.
Okay.
Working with, Gormley and Denny and all them dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, too, is DJ Lagway.
Okay. Is he throwing?
Not in this particular picture.
Because he's not throwing down in Gainesville for spring practice.
But I'll tell you this.
He's a big kid.
He looks good.
Yeah, he's big.
He's bigger than AR.
Yeah, he is. He's
Lagway's bigger than AR?
Come see this.
He's surprisingly taller than you think.
Now, I think that he's got like the kind of like the Croc sandals on, and they might have a little.
The bottom line is you can't look at him. He's gonna.
Look
he's
at the
bigger.
Thickness.
Yeah, he's bigger.
He's bigger, man.
He's bigger.
And this kid is 19.
Yeah, no, those are Adidas slides.
Yeah, Adidas slide. I don't know.
But there's a little.
There's a little.
Yeah.
But still, I mean.
He's definitely
look
bigger.
at the.
Wider.
Yeah.
He's trying to do that.
And AR's.
Sometimes I'll be on a magazine and I'll try and expand it.
Yeah, AR's like a monster.
Right.
So he's a monster, right. And Lagway's bigger than AR. I'm just saying. That makes me happy. I like that.
Yeah.
I knew he was, because remember we talked about last year as a freshman, he weighed like 250 or 249.
He just doesn't look it. He looks lanky. He looks 6'2".
He's thick.
When he plays, he looks like 6'2", 220 to me.
Yeah. And I don't listen.
But if he's big, what was that? Isn't AR like 6'4" or no?
Yeah. And it doesn't always translate into quarterback play, but it's nice to know, man. He's a big kid, man.
Solid. Yeah. He ain't going to go down with a blindside hit ain't going to take him out.
Big kid, man. So, anyway, Dodgers Cubs in Tokyo average more than 25 million viewers in Japan. 20% of the country's entire population watch the game.
Well, listen, you got one of the biggest brands, and they've got two of your favorite sons. I mean, Ohtani and Sasaki. You forget what Sasaki was. I mean, every Japanese prospect that comes, every highly acclaimed Japanese prospect that comes along seems like he's just like got the similar unbelievable high ceiling as the one that came before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, right? I mean, and now they don't always hit it, but Yamamoto, everyone was huge on. Dodgers got him. Now Sasaki this past year, everyone's huge on. Dodgers get him. Already, of course, with Ohtani.
Sports concepts and rationalizations continue. I saw this yesterday, and I was like, whoa. And we all know this, but it's still stunning.
Okay.
Number of seasons since each NFC team made an appearance in the conference championship game.
NFC team?
Yeah, obviously Philly and Washington, 0 seasons. They played last year.
It's going to be this.
Detroit 1 season. San Francisco 1 season. The Rams 3 years. Green Bay 4 years. Tampa 4 years.
Dallas is what's going to happen here.
29.
That's crazy.
Second to last?
So they're not last.
No. Who is second to last and how many?
Oh,
to put it
okay.
in perspective.
All right. So
29 years for the Cowboys.
I gotcha.
The next team, 14.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to, 2010-ish?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Cardinals?
No. Cardinals are 9.
Okay, so it was the year after. Well, that's close. That's a good guess. Thank you, Jeff. You're welcome.
Is it a good guess if you're 5 years off?
It was 1 year. You said 09 to 010. You said 14 years ago.
9 years since the Cardinals made it.
I thought you meant 09.
14 years.
Okay. I thought you meant 09 rather than 10. That's why.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
So 09 is when it happened, though.
I don't have the year. I'm just telling you that it's been 29 years.
Since Dallas. Who's
Yes.
second? You know how many years, though? Or you don't want to tell me that, though?
14.
I got you. Which would have been 2010. So when you said 09 for the Cardinals, that was 1 year, but it would have been 1 year long.
Gotcha.
All right. I confused myself in trying to figure it out. So that's awesome. All right. Let's go.
I'll say this. I'll give you a clue. The bottom 3 are proud NFL franchises that should be humiliated by this, quite frankly.
All right. So that Giants
are 13. So, screw you, Giants, for getting rid of TC, you idiots.
And then the other is the Bears.
The Bears, 14.
Yeah.
So it's the Cowboys, 29, the Bears, 14, and the Giants, 13. Seahawks, 10, Carolina and Arizona, 9, Atlanta, 8, the Vikes, 7, the Saints, 6, and then the 4s that I told you earlier. So, but man, oh man, 29 years, Dallas.
By the way,
how can this guy be in the Hall of Fame?
29. Listen.
I mean, he should be in the Hall of Shame.
Understand what we're saying. The Cowboys haven't been in an NFC Championship
You Cowboy
game.
fans have been fleeced by your owner, man.
And you Cowboy fans walk around with the most inflated gait in the history of sports posturing. You guys
Shame on you, Rodeo Ron.
Could you not make the argument that if we're going to listen, the NFL now is chock full of analytics.
Uh-huh.
Let's use an analytic of success that is measured in this way.
Mm-hmm.
And in this way, your last appearance in just so much as a conference championship game, Dallas, you could argue, it's been the worst team in the NFL the last 30 years. Have they bottomed out? No. They've not bottomed out like the Jags and some other teams have in the last 30 years. But you've been 30 years now without a conference championship game. Hey, Dallas, not only are you not as good as you think, you're the worst team in the league.
This guy had Camelot in Dallas
Right out of the gate.
because he hired the right person and he stayed out of it. Then he couldn't stand it. And you can do this as owner. You thrust yourself into it. And you have scammed your fans for millions of dollars for the last 30 years.
The only thing that I would say,
nothing.
The only thing that I would say is I think he cares. I don't think he's scamming them. He's just not good. He's just unsuccessful.
Well, at some point you have to recognize, you know what? Boy, look at this. Look at this chart.
Like they're not cheap, I guess is what I'm saying.
He's got to wake up one morning and realize that he should go into acting because he was really good in Landman. But that's neither here nor there. But man, oh man, he is. Look, he is a unbelievable businessman.
This all started when he got that plastic surgery back in the mid-90s.
No.
Yeah, they were winning, and then suddenly he showed up, and he was...
The plastic surgery was after that. This started when he decided that he knew football, and he was going to be a GM.
That was that after Jimmy?
After Jimmy.
So Jimmy was making all of the football decisions?
Jimmy was, or whoever was with.
Was Jerry Jones involved with Jimmy, or was it Jimmy?
I'm sure he
tried to be.
And I'm sure Jimmy put him in his place, and that led to part of the,
sure.
And I'll just get Switzer because he'll do whatever I tell him to do. And they were good enough to win one, and then they have fallen, and they can't get up. It's unbelievable.
That's fair. Meanwhile, the Lions, it's fair, have never been even to a Super Bowl, and they've been there forever.
Do you know the name Malik Renault? Does that name ring a bell? Malik Renault. You should know it. You're a college basketball.
Yeah. I have heard the name.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I'm not gonna.
Yes, Malik Renault.
Give me a small-ish. Is it player or coach?
Player.
Yeah.
Malik Renault. Here's one thing you should know about him. He at one point was a Gator commit.
Is he Houston?
Indiana. Do you remember him at all? Okay.
Indiana didn't make the field.
Did you watch Indiana this year?
I saw him just like, no, not for more than a few minutes.
He's a 6'9".
Never watched the game.
He's a 6'9" junior from Miami.
He's coming to Florida.
Who averaged 13.3 points and 5.5 rebounds, but he's going in the portal.
Okay.
Well, he was a Gator commit.
Well, here's the deal. We've got like the portal god, little G, right now running the program. So far, so good. This dude cannot miss in the portal. And you look at all of the success that the Gators have had. It's all through the portal and the international scout. And they haven't signed a high school recruit, but, that forget the McDonald's All-American game. He wouldn't make it to the sip and go, deli.
I've got a Todd Golden response to the debate about how they should have been the number 1 overall seed. That is solid AI gold.
Oh, it's not real. Yeah. Yeah.
If I played it, and I'll get E to look at it, and you can take a chunk of it, E, where there's not the language.
All right.
And you all would sit there and think, golly, did he say? You could almost convince yourself he said it in some parts. But then as he continues to go, you go, oh, that's not him. As you always say, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. That one is terrific. One more thing I want to get in before we break, and this is and let's do it when we come back, because this is worth talking about, because this leads into a discussion that we need to have on the Jags. So, and I saw this from our friend D-Rock, so I'm going to steal that, and I like to steal things, and that's what I'm going to do when we come back. So,
boy, we got Doc Murphy too now.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, then you'll just have to hang around.
So we'll steal some of his time too, maybe.
No. I'm going to wait. So good, it's going to lead into a good discussion. So 641-1010, come kind, come courteous, come correct. E, what are they doing? The Great Tate?
A pair of tickets to the Great Tate. That's Jeff Tate live at the Florida Theater April 3rd. Tickets on sale right now at floridatheater.com. But one lucky winner can win a pair right now. 904-641-1010.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
I don't want to hear your excuses.
Best friends.
What an idiot.
They love each other. Like brothers.
But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Dan and Jeff. Mornings on 1010XL.
Always facing some interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with my guys at ITP Partner. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Let me tell you about ITP Partners. Experience, tons of it. Expertise, you betcha. Knowledge, oh yeah. That's Reed Wingate, and that's Janice Cobb. That's Scott Regner, Dan Abel. That's Reagan Wright. That's Jeff Hartman. That's Chris Bryan. Those are the ITP partners who also invest in the Jacksonville community. And gang, they'll sit you down. They'll listen to you. They will hear your goals, and they'll strategize to make them their priority. Get in the game, folks. Perfect time to get started. Easy to get a hold of those guys. Chris at ITPpartners.com. Chris at ITPpartners.com. You can call 312-9751. 312-9751. They're ITP Partners, my financial partners for life. Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experience. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Garber Auto Mall is home of the lifetime warranty. Every new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Ford comes with a lifetime warranty. At Garber Auto Mall, your purchase is covered for life. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
An ACL tear can be a devastating injury with prolonged pain and rehabilitation. Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari. I'm a sports medicine orthopedic surgeon who grew up right here in Jacksonville and then went on to train with the world-renowned Dr. James Andrews. At Bari Orthopedics, we use the most current techniques to get you back on the field with less pain and quicker rehabilitation. We treat all types of sports injuries with the newest techniques available. Please call us for consultation or visit BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Out with the old, in with the organized. Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. Freshen up your home this spring with a custom organization solution. For a limited time, take advantage of our spring special and enjoy exclusive savings on closets, garages, home offices, and more. That's 40% off with an additional 50% off with 12-month special financing through April. Spring on this deal before it's gone. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation with Closets by Design.
Keep the off-season rolling with AA Automotive at 1010XL, which free agents could look good in a teal jersey.
That's a beautiful thing.
Free agency profiles are covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. Experience the universal difference.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
New year, new club. This is Joe C., and I'm proud to be a member of Southampton. And with the popularity of golf, getting a tee time is tough. But with membership comes member privileges. Enjoy clubhouse dining, expanded practice area, focusing on all parts of your game. And right now, you can join with an annual commitment and get a $1,000 discount, plus $500 of Pro Shop credit. All the details are online at golfsouthampton.com or call 287-PLAY and make a tee time today at the Golf Club of Southampton.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations, Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine, and over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing, or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Hey, this is David with Royal Pest Services. The fact that we've been bundled up the past month gave us an idea. Let's bundle up also with our Centricon and Pest Control bundle, starting at $349. Visit RoyalPestServices.com for your free inspection.
Come visit the best sports restaurant in town. That's Big Dogs in Orange Park, known for great burgers, huge wings, pizza, salads, and special nightly events like trivia and karaoke. You'll all love it at Big Dogs Restaurant in Orange Park.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town, setting the standard in our hometown. Quality service, the best around. Coolidge is the cat that cares about your heating and about your air. Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the program. Hanging out here on a Thursday. E, did you find that Todd Golden?
Oh, I got Todd Golden.
Here's Todd,
I mean, this is
here's Todd Golden on his anger about not being a number 1 overall seed.
And just like this year, we curb stomped the entire SEC, but instead of putting us at the top of the March Madness bracket, the tournament committee spit in our face by giving this team a 3 seed, as my good friend Billy Napier likes to say. When you disrespect a Gator, you lose your damn leg. In the 2006 game.
I mean, it's all AI nonsense. This is bad, man. They can put these videos up that look exactly like, and you know what? The little college basketball coaches, it's not earth-shattering. I mean, what? there's something major's going to happen over one of these at some point.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's going to goof.
You shouldn't be allowed to do that, should you?
I don't think so. Playing our next guest, E.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
Oh, yeah. You know him, you love him, Dr. Kevin Murphy. I want you to give me some data, Doc. I got a question for you. I want to know your thoughts. This is happening in baseball. You know how we get injuries and every year or two a new injury crops up, or a kind of a fresh term or whatever, and then we you'll rephrase it. Well, what that really is. Or is there a reason why this is happening more? And what I'm talking about is I'm talking about baseball. I'm not talking about arms. I'm not talking about pitchers and shoulders and pitchers and elbows. We lots of studies on that. I'm talking about swinging a bat and hurting your oblique. Hey, what was it 15 years ago, 20 years ago? Never hurt oblique. Now, the question is it because they're more muscular? Or is it just the same injury, but back then it was called something different?
Well, there's no new injuries.
Okay.
There may be new terms.
Yeah.
The muscles haven't changed.
Yeah. The muscles have not changed.
No.
Okay.
No, they're all the same. The attachment sites are all still the same.
Okay.
I think there's a lot more torque in the baseball swing now.
Okay.
I think the way they swing now is way more rotational.
Mm-hmm.
So it does affect the core muscles more, those oblique muscles of the abdomen. So
okay, now if they say oblique, tell people, because I still don't know. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's in your lower abdomen. So the abdominal muscles,
how low? Under the belly
six-pack,
button?
right, straight down the front. And then there's muscles on the side that kind of go down into your pelvis.
Okay.
Then those are the ones you're talking about. Those affect more the rotation of your body, more so than just doing like a sit-up straight forward.
Okay. If you had no muscle down there, or very little, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when they remind me, and I'm just throwing this out there, and I'm probably wrong, but they remind me of like a hamstring in the respect that you got to let it heal. And you're not 100% sure when it's totally healed. Is that fair?
That's very fair.
Okay.
But a lot of them now, if they get a tear there, they're off to find the guru that fixes these things.
Okay.
Which, you talk to a lot of general surgeons that do those things in town, which I have, and they're like, I don't think that exists. So there's some gray areas on fixing these obliques versus not. So a lot of the high-end players rush off to get that fixed because they think they can get back quicker.
If you do surgery...
As opposed to your point, the hamstring that lingers.
Yes.
Right?
If you do surgery, is it like... You say it's a tear, so I'm assuming you're like basically stitching it back together?
Yeah, a lot of times they'll put a mesh in there to help and so forth, but... a lot of people don't believe in that. There's few guys that do that surgery. That's why you see them bouncing around to go here, there, and elsewhere to get it done.
And if you do the surgery, then does that give you a finite time? Like, is there a certain time? Like, how long would you be out?
Yeah, they get
2
them back.
months,
Yeah, they get them back within a couple months typically.
Okay. It's a long
quicker.
baseball season.
Sometimes quicker.
It's just amazing to me, man. We just
But watch the swing from back in the day. Watch the velocity of how much they spin around their axis more.
Daniel Murphy was telling us to help explain that one of the drills that they do as they get ready is they'll take the medicine ball and they'll swing it. He goes, but when you do that, you release. You take this, you release, and then when you swing, you hold on till the very end, and then that can put stress on that backside. That's when you're releasing, you're not having that, but with the bat, you have to hold on to it. And suggested they got to have a little bit.
That exercise isn't something you saw, Ted Williams do back
right.
in the day.
Golfers do that a lot too.
They also, though,
and those swings are becoming more and more similar.
They also didn't lift as much, and baseball players used to be more long longer.
It seems counterintuitive, Doc, but is the modern athlete almost in too good a shape, too muscly?
The theory that big muscled up guys don't have flexibility isn't always the case.
Okay.
Now, that
I'm talking about like stuff ripping, like all these injuries that we're seeing.
Yeah, and some of these guys, if you see some of these guys come in, they are tight. They are tuned, and they're very muscular. There's not any fat on them.
Yeah.
But a finely tuned muscle shouldn't be any tighter per se than one that's not.
Yeah.
It's just I think it's just the velocity of the torque that they put on these muscles now.
I got a bunch of it. I don't know if there's really much to comment in here. There's a couple of common and themes and injuries in this list I'm about to go through. But if you're already turned in your bracket, oh well. But if you're looking ahead to the tournament, we got some top seeds, some ones and some twos and some threes that got some really serious injury issues that should affect how you view them going into the tournament, right? So let me just list a few. I'm going to kind of go through them a little bit by region. You can start with the Cooper Flag. He rolled that ankle. He's got to be fine by now. They do not need him in round. Would you even play him in game one, Dan?
No,
I wouldn't either. Maybe the bigger one there is the is it Malik Williams? Is that his name? The
big guy.
The big guy hurt his shoulder. He's been bothered by that off and on here for the tail end of the year. What does that indicate typically?
Well, he's got some looseness to his shoulder. It's slipping and sliding around. So a lot of those guys have instability of the shoulder. So you've seen a lot of those in players that grab somebody or they get hit and their shoulder pops out. And it's not probably the first time it's happened to him. He's probably got labral tears. If it's causing pain now, that may be it. But typically not something you're going to have to pull him out pre-tournament.
Houston's without their leading rebounder. They haven't had him for a couple weeks. That could make a difference in their long-term hopes. If you watch Florida blast Alabama, you notice Grant Nelson went out, and that was an injury you didn't even notice when it happened. He went in for a dunk. He held on the rim. He came down. He didn't pause. He didn't limp down court, and then suddenly he was on the bench and out, and now they're saying he has a knee injury. So what does that sound like? Meniscus to you, maybe?
Yeah, it does. Football, it's always these little hits that you get, the MCLs. Basketball, you come down awkwardly and you pinch that meniscus is more likely.
All right, if you're big on Arkansas, we'll remind you of just at least a couple things. Their second leading scorer and their top assist guy, Boogie Flan. He's a freshman.
He's supposed to be back.
But he's been injured, and so while they may expect him, you don't know what they're going to get exactly. And remember Thiero, the big kid that he brought with him from Kentucky? Mm-hmm. He's their top scorer and rebounder. Missed the last 6 games of the year with a knee injury, and he's not going to play against Kansas. So, they got a big guy, Hunter Dickinson, that could matter there. And then there was and Iowa State, by the way, there's a part of me that wants to give them a deep run. Their second leading scorer, Keyshawn Gilbert, he also leads them in assists. He will not play. He's out and injured. He has a muscle strain. And then his cohort in the backcourt, Tamim Lipsy, his status is up in the air. He has a groin injury in the Big 12 tourney. He did not play in their loss there. So,
those soft tissue things are keeping him from playing.
Right?
Yeah, that's certainly worrisome.
So, a lot, just some of those high seeds that you're expecting to see a lot out of do have, at least some injury concerns there. Spencer Strider, who's had the Tommy John. Now, he pitched the other day. He pitched 6 strikeouts in 2 1/3 innings or 3 innings. In other words, looks like a guy just taking a normal turn after 6 straight healthy years. They say that the velocity and the spin and everything seemed to mimic where he was before he was injured. Does that indicate that he's full strength and ready to go?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if he's throwing hard at that velocity, they've cleared him, and he should be, without some setbacks, it should be clear sailing for him.
Anytime you come back, this is like an important observation point, right, after these first. Yeah. And by the way,
and to your point, the speed and so forth is key.
And in fairness, they're doing this kind of stuff already, but behind the curtain. They just tried him out against another major league lineup. But when you hear they're doing bullpen sessions or he's throwing against Acuna and Albies, he's on the mound in game situations, throwing max, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's different, obviously. But, yeah, he's done enough bullpens that they're comfortable he's not going to hurt himself again.
I saw that your other guy, is Jurickson Profar back?
They expect him back, but I don't think he has played. The Braves are playing a bunch of guys I've never heard of. Aren't even on the 40-man. Mm-hmm. I don't. But Profar, was it a knee, right?
Oh, wrist.
A wrist.
Mm-hmm.
I have not checked on him lately, Dan. I just know that when it happened, they did not suspect that he would, be out for an extended amount of time. Let's see. Here's the injury update. He's supposed to come back today. In fact, supposed to play today. He's on track for opening day, and they even expect him to perhaps get some live reps today in spring training. So
I think the most interesting injury in the entire MLB right now is that Giancarlo Stanton elbow thing. I don't know what I just got a sneaking
both elbows.
Yes, and I got a sneaking suspicion that he's just going to say I can't play this year. That he's going to go get him.
Did he have to do something that wasn't?
It's very odd.
March 17th. Strider struck out.
He's getting those PRPs.
Yeah.
I guess that's the last-ditch effort, which I don't know if they're that bad. I mean,
it'd be nice for them to define what it actually is.
Yeah.
Because, PRP can be done for a number of things. Cartilage damage in the elbow joint if they're putting it in his joint, or more likely in the soft tissues for the tendinopathies or the chronic tendonitis that you develop.
I do have the officially what's Strider's spring training debut a couple days ago against the Yankees. He went 2 2/3 perfect innings. He struck out 6 of the 8 batters he faced, 98 miles an hour on the fastball. They say pre-surgery velocity and command.
Yeah, he's on.
He should be fine. And obviously with those guys, you really watch them in these first few days after. Make sure.
And you do.
And you don't hear anything bad.
Don't.
But the velocity being the same is really important.
Don't give him hope. He's not going to be fine.
I got hope. I got plenty of hope.
Never going to be
a really, really good team.
Never going to be the same.
Strider, yeah. That's what they hope.
Don't
worry. Well, they'll go to New York. They'll break his ankle. They like to step on my pitcher's feet.
Doc, honestly, if I were Strider, I'd probably start trying to throw with my left arm. Why can't you go 95 with your left if you can do it with your right?
Isn't there a dude has made it now to the majors that can throw both ways?
Yeah, we have ambidextrous guys now. It's crazy, by the way. That's one of the...
Like literally, was the White Sox maybe? Who is it?
I don't know. There was a guy with the Marlins. I mean...
I don't know how you
gloves. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I will say this: one of my sons, I have twins, and one of my sons who is lefty but can do a lot more with his offhand. Like he can throw. If you wouldn't think he had a great arm, but he can throw right-handed, and you wouldn't know that he wasn't right-handed. You would just think, well, average. Mm-hmm. But some people can do it, I guess.
Well, and if you practice it, you probably could do it pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think I could practice throwing left-handed. I'm always going to feel like I look like a goofy, clunky throw. It's just not natural.
No, but guys like your son that have that
naturally.
Yeah.
Right. They can do it either way. Yeah. Fair.
Anything else?
No, we're good.
Where are we headed, Doc?
Surgery.
All right.
St. Vincent's.
Here we go.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you.
That's Doc Kevin Murphy, JackSports.com.
Making Jacksonville healthier, one person at a time.
And now we can do the story that you wanted to do when we come back.
I got that one.
Next.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Like Knights of the Round Table talking sports.
I challenge you to a duel.
XL Prime Time. Afternoons 2 to 4.
Put your swords away for a second.
On 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. And I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hi, I'm Malcolm Anthony. Have you been charged with a crime? You don't have to face it alone. I'm here for you. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me. 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW in the 904.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast Orthopedic Specialist for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialist take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Ideal Conditions Heating and Air Conditioning is your go-to for all AC repairs and replacements. Just gas your AC. For exceptional service, call 904-500-COOL or visit idealconditionsjax.com to schedule your estimate today.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
Idealconditionsjax.com.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Need fresh and flavorful lunch? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad in every bite. It's quick and delicious, so why wait? Come taste the best chicken salad today at Town Center, Durbin Park, or Butler Point at Chicken Salad Chick.
The Hoops action continues on the first Friday of the tourney. Watch the Madness with 1010XL and enjoy Madness specials all day long, starting with helmets and heels, live from Big Dog Sports Restaurant on Blanding. Then join XL Primetime at Barley and Pie in Fleming Island. The Frangie Show will be at String Sports Brewery in Jacks Beach, and finish the day with Into the Night with Rick Ballou and Hacker After Dark at Top Dog Tavern on Old St. Augustine Road. Now that's the way to celebrate hoops.
I can't believe it!
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
This local sports update on 1010XL, brought to you by Riddle Wellness. Round 1 of the NCAA men's basketball tournament tips off today, with 16 first-round games spread throughout the day. The first 2 number 1 regional seeds will take the court this afternoon, with Midwest Region top seed Houston taking on Southern Illinois Edwardsville and number 1 seed overall Auburn against Alabama State. The Gators men's basketball team captured the number 1 seed in the Western region of the NCAA tournament after dominating 8th-ranked Tennessee in the SEC tournament final, marking their first championship win since 2014. This is the 3rd time in program history the Gators have landed the number 1 seed, and they'll open play tomorrow against 16th seed Norfolk State. Listen live at 6:30 on 1010 a.m. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 54 degrees at 8 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Aaron Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the program. I know you've been waiting with bated breath for this bit of information that I have. We were talking about our Jacksonville Jaguars, and I saw this from D-Rock, and this is interesting. And this is not great news. This is per ESPN research, and D-Rock says, unusual stat from 2022 to 24, okay, for a story that he's writing this week. It's from ESPN research. All right, so 22, 23, 24. 3 years, all right? Quarterback Trevor Lawrence, when targeting anyone except Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram, Lawrence was sacked 80 times in 1,070 dropbacks. You got me?
I got you.
So if he's thrown to anybody but Kirk or Ingram, he's getting knocked down 80 times, and that's a lot. When targeting Kirk and Ingram in 517 dropbacks, he was not sacked once. Is that incredible? Which leads to this point.
That is incredible.
That is a huge adjustment for the Jaguars without Kirk and Ingram, because that tells you that those are, especially Ingram was a security blanket. I mean, Ingram, again, we lamented not Ingram, the offense, the 3-yard pass on 2nd and 9, the ridiculousness of that, which we often did. So, and here's the thing. Here's Trevor, and that's a big change. That's an adjustment. It's a big adjustment. So here's Trevor, who going into year 5, and we're out of, we need great play from our quarterback. We need our guy to be our guy. We're grateful to have him. We've had him for 4 years. We all agree he needs to play better. There are a variety of reasons why he does not play better. It's not all him. We've seen greatness from him, and we've seen head-scratching moments from him. And we want to eliminate the head-scratching moments and see more greatness. How do we do that? I don't know, but we got rid of the 2 guys that were the guys that he went to, not necessarily in crunch time, but guys that he counted on, guys that he was not afraid to let it rip to. Now, take with it what you will, but that is an amazing stat that you go back 1,070 times and you get sacked 80 times if you're not thrown to Kirk or Ingram. But when you're thrown to Kirk or Ingram, you were not sacked once. That is a confidence that's what it speaks to me, a confidence and a belief that I'll let it rip because I know they'll get the ball.
Or the old lobbed accusation of he's a first-read guy.
Yeah.
And most of the first-read patterns were Kirk and Ingram.
Yeah.
And by the time you got to Zay or Marvin or Parker Washington or whoever it is, you're going through those reads quickly, and by then they sack you.
Well,
if you were, I don't know what suggestion. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'll be curious. I'm sure D-Rock will dive into this. I don't know what the success rate was on those 1,070 versus those 517, but if the success rate was better, then it's okay to be a first-read guy in the respect that, hey, you drop back, it's supposed to go here, and he's open, so I'm throwing it.
Maybe first read isn't the right. Maybe they just get open quicker. Maybe they're both open.
Maybe they're the 2 best that we had.
But I will also say
until Brian Thomas Jr.
Any
this year.
kind of protection stat goes out the window when 40% of that line gets replaced.
Yeah.
And all of the depth gets replaced. So, and the scheme changes, right? And the playbook's different. So, if this were just a season-to-season, Balky and Peterson were here and Ingram and Kirk were gone, then I think that would be a lot more alarming than it is with all of the other changes that have taken place around here.
It'll be interesting. But it does scream big adjustment. It is a stat that makes you take pause.
Can you?
Yeah.
Is this a fair question?
Yeah.
From the text on Designed by Lifetime Enclosures, if he was sacked, he didn't throw the ball. How do they know who he was targeting?
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shooting down the list, but I wonder. That's a fair question.
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, if you're sacked, who was
All right, well, here's one answer. Do we have a YPA on those 517 dropbacks? Feels like a lot of quick underneath throws.
That's fair. Especially to Ingram. Christian Kirk got downfield.
Well, 7.8 when targeting Kirk and Ingram, 6.7 when targeting everybody else. So, yeah. So, listen, I just think it's interesting. And I like that dive. I like that deep dive.
I will say this. This is what I will say, and this is not like technically sound, football jargon.
Okay.
It's just something I noticed. I've been pounding on it for about a year and a half with this football team.
Uh-huh.
Why is it that when they go back to pass and let it rip, their receiver is 3 or 4 yards open?
Yeah.
So much more often, it seems, than when we go back to pass and a ball's got to be needled in somewhere or thrown with a defender right on a guy's hip. And again, I don't think our talent is any less than others, but I just feel like the system and the play designs and calls didn't help. Just put it that way. And again, we're talking about a coach who won a Super Bowl, scored 41 points on, a dynastic defense. The Patriots won all those titles. Yeah, they had Brady, but the defense was the constant for them most years, and they lit them up that year.
Yeah. It's an amazing thing. I don't know what happened here. It's one of the great mysteries. I would love, and it'll never happen, to have Doug Peterson and hear from his perspective why it failed here.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Of course, it will never happen.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you think that would be fascinating to hear it from his side? Like, Doug, you knew you botched the whole from a public relations standpoint. You botched the whole play calling thing. Okay,
I don't think he cares, Hick.
Yeah,
that's why it's not that interesting me to hear.
Yeah,
I don't think he
Maybe
cares.
He doesn't.
I don't think what he said would indicate any care. After it's said and done, it feels like we hired.
You honestly wait a minute.
He did a 4-year.
Wait a minute. You honestly think he didn't quote care and didn't?
He didn't care that you cared who the coordinator was.
Oh.
Yeah, so he didn't care about it.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I don't think he thinks that went wrong per se.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think what he's going to.
No. Whether it went wrong or not, just explain. He botched it from a PR standpoint. He botched it by the way he released it. He botched it by making it an issue. He never.
I don't think he agrees with you on that.
Well,
I don't think he thinks about these things.
His boss,
basically
told him call the damn plays.
Yeah,
and he still didn't do it.
Well, maybe he did.
Yeah,
maybe he did. He just never admitted that sorry play calling and
that was
production was due to him. I mean, it's kind of interesting that press went up and down, upstairs, downstairs, like over the course of the year.
Yeah.
So who knows? It's just a mess of.
And that wasn't the main issue.
No.
Obviously, it comes down to winning.
At the end of the day, what went wrong is Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson don't work well with others in those high positions. And I think now it's happened to both of them at their previous stops. What happened with Peterson here and his friction with the front office and ownership is exactly what happened in Philly, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
It's a real similar story to how it went wrong off. And by the way, up there, the GM was right. He stuck around and won another championship. Down here, he's wrong. He's fired too.
Yeah.
So we have two guys that couldn't get on the same page. But Doug Peterson, listen, we said this before. I mean, certain words like sound more, hateful.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't tell the truth. I mean, he was there's just the least truthful, least transparent coach we've ever had here.
Yeah.
Never told the truth. Flat out lied about stuff you didn't even need to lie about.
Well, we sit there every week and say,
right.
that ain't true.
Right,
That ain't no.
Sure.
That's a lie.
So it's hard to get, how are you going to get a read on or a feel for or some empathy towards a guy who just lies? I don't know what to believe what he said. Why do I trust that that's true? It's been proven so much of what you said isn't.
Do you know who Rodney Terry is?
No.
He's the head basketball coach at Texas, but he won't be much longer.
Yeah. Of course I do. I saw him.
Texas will throw big dollars at whomever they want.
Yeah.
Texas will go get a basketball coach. Rodney Terry's the unfortunate guy who had to replace Chris Beard, right? When Chris Beard got fired for his deal with his fiance or whatever it was.
Yeah, who knows?
They got rid of
now
him.
He's at Ole Miss.
Right.
By the way, that's a little there's certain things you got to remember when you see brand names, and Chris Beard being at Ole Miss, to me, makes Ole Miss a better tournament team than if we're just Ole Miss with whoever.
Correct.
So before we go penciling North Carolina into the Sweet 16, and some will, and that may happen.
Including yours truly.
Yeah, I want Ole Miss there.
That's fine.
Yeah, so whopping 1 point.
Yeah.
Damn wheel. No fun.
No, because it'll be,
Brag
you
for
probably
fun.
want Ole Miss the next round, and I want UNC the next round.
Well, that's true.
So,
I
Anyway.
wouldn't know. I say I went Ole Miss. I filled one bracket. I've got bracket freeze right now.
We need to do it in the break because
I know.
we need to
tell everyone.
And we're
what
not
we've
going to
got.
break. We're not going to break it down game by game because
Just
we all
get a
know
couple-
who we're taking.
Sure.
You and I are taking Florida, and it depends on who you pick early.
Yeah.
And then he's got Duke
his.
over there.
We'll throw in a couple of the upsets that we have along the way, or maybe but yeah, for the most part, I think we're gonna be pretty similar here when we get to that Final Four.
It's going to come down to one or two games like it did last year. And,
right.
Andy Katz has rated the top 10 players in the tournament. And the heavy favorites do have one player. Walter Clayton Jr. is the sixth best player. Here are the one that I don't know.
Okay. I'll tell you if I do. I'll be honest.
Derek Queen.
Does he play for is he St. John's?
Looks like Maryland.
Maryland. Oh, yeah, Queen.
Cooper 1, Janai Broom 2,
Yeah.
Derek Queen 3.
Sure. Maryland, huh? Wow.
Which one is JT Toppin?
He plays for Texas Tech.
I know, but which Toppin is he?
He's not related to your Toppin.
None of them. Is there only one other Toppin?
No, there's
or are there
Obi,
two?
Your guy has
Didn't
a brother.
Obi had a brother who went to Kentucky?
Yes, that's not him.
That's not him.
No.
Okay.
This is JT Toppin, no relation.
Okay. Then he's got little...
Not cousin, nothing.
He's got little Jalen Brunson at 5.
Sears.
Yeah, then he's got Walter Clayton Jr. at 6.
Yeah, see, I think Clayton Jr. is better than Sears.
I do too.
Yeah. But we're
But they're
splitting
both
hairs.
pretty good.
I said Sears before that tournament game.
Memphis and PJ Haggerty.
Yeah.
I don't know this. Donovan Dent.
Don't know him.
Okay. Chucky Hepburn.
Charles Hepburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know him either.
You don't know him?
Mm-mm.
Louisville. And Neek Clifford. Those are the top 10 players in the tournament.
The names are hitting me, and Neek Clifford is he Colorado State maybe or
Might be.
He's Neek Clifford.
Donovan Dent's New Mexico.
Yeah, and Clifford is I think maybe Colorado State. One of those.
He's like that guy who went to Tennessee. Connect. He is Colorado State.
Yeah. So yeah, they're
senior guard.
Yeah, I got news for you. I'm throwing back about half those guys for Condon. Now, granted, that's because I watch the Gators all the time. That guy's value, though, and what he does, across the board, and we have rightfully pointed out the backcourt and how important it is, and it's a real harbinger. But it is no more valuable than what Florida has found in this front court with the versatility. Houck and Condon and their ability to run that guy Houck is the low key MVP of the team. He is always going, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he reminds? He reminds you of this 5'11" pain in the butt guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 5'11" guy who knows he has to hustle all the time to have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Houck does at 6'8".
I love Houck.
Oh my gosh! And those two guys, and now you've got a little bit of Hanlockton in there, and now you got Chinyelu has been so much better than we thought.
Yeah,
he's going to emerge into a really good player the next couple of years. So you got 4 guys, those 4 bigs, and really 3 of them especially. So and then you get Hanlockton in, and I'll appreciate the guy. He's not much of a scorer. He'll play 9 minutes and get 10 boards.
Yeah,
I mean Frankenperm just goes into the lane, grabs everything.
Yeah.
Hair, not a big fan, but we've nicknamed him Frankenperm. That's what my nickname for Hanlockton, Frankenperm. I think it's a good one. This is the drill. It's Custom Tree Services Thursday.
The drill.
From the DivorcemenOnly.com studios.
Feel the downforce of 100 horses. Everybody in the crowd on their feet. Sunday at Miami. Wow! NASCAR is revved up by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 and 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Hey, beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings priority booking by calling our heroes at Zero Res. Oh, I love Zero Res. Used them countless times at the Hicken household, and I'll tell you what, man. You have a beautiful day, get them in for the spring. House looks better, smells better, feels better, man. They remove winter's lingering grime, preparing your home for the brighter days ahead, I would say. And don't forget about those air ducts. Air ducts are like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your air indoor quality suffers. This month, get One Room Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet cleaner. Start at just $53 to take $100 off your air duct cleaning as well. Listen, you owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Zero Res. Call them, 287-5727. Or go online at zeroresjacksonville.com and say you want the station special. 1010XL, Hicken, whatever. Just mention one of us. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Get a healthy start in 2025. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to encourage you to get healthy and stay healthy this year. They have a dedicated team who are committed to providing quality care. The goal is to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Visit duval.floridahealth.gov to learn more about their health programs and services. That's duval.floridahealth.gov.
St. Johns County parents, does your kid have energy to burn? Want them to play a sport for their middle school? Sign up today for the St. John's Middle School Athletic Association. Spring pickleball, tackle football, dance, and cheerleading. Who doesn't want their kid to be the next NFL quarterback or dance floor diva? Hurry, time is running out. March is almost over. You know how fast your kid can go from playing Xbox to practicing their touchdown dance or sideline cheer? Sign up at sjmsaa.org. sjmsaa.org.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hey, it's Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Hayes Blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Jacksonville, get ready to spice up your night at One Night Taco Stand. Every Taco Tuesday, enjoy their mouth-watering tacos for just $2.99 and get your weekend started with 2-for-1 house margaritas. Find fresh Mexican street food, stiff drinks, and fun vibes at One Night Taco Stand with 3 Jacksonville locations in Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performancepainting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Spring is in the air. Time to wake up your lawn with Heroes Lawn Care. Say goodbye to pesky mosquitoes with their organic and spray treatments. Perfect for outdoor fun. Keep your lawn clean and fresh with their pet waste removal for homes and businesses. Heroes Lawn Care takes care of it all. From mowing, edging, fertilizer, to irrigation, and much more. Visit heroeslawncare.com.
Poker players, the Run Good Poker Series is taking over Best Bet Jacksonville from April 24th to May 4th. Brace yourself for 10 action-packed poker events, including the $1,200 main event with an incredible $300,000 guaranteed prize pool. Event number 1 kicks things off with a $400 no-limit hold'em tournament featuring a $200,000 guarantee. Want your shot? Win your way in through satellites. Your seat is waiting for you in the Run Good Poker Series at Best Bet Jacksonville. Visit bestbetjacks.com for tournament structures and details. That's bestbetjacks.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yes, sir! I tell you what, if I was filling out a bracket in this state, like in my office pool or whatever, and I'm locked in, I'm a Gator, so I've always had this rule, and I've been doing it a lot longer than all these youngsters who are going to all pick Florida.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's fine. But I will take the field against Florida, and I would pick other schools to win because everybody's picking here
Florida,
is going to pick Florida.
That's why I got a good chance.
Yeah, you got a great chance. I mean, you got a great chance to cash. Now, there are a few others who will take that tact, but like at this, like if we do it here.
You got a great chance when Mississippi State beats him on Saturday.
Like if you do it here, you got 50. Say you got 50, I bet 40 pick Florida. What do you think of that?
Oh, yeah. I agree.
You're better off riding, somebody else. Now, Duke seems to be the heavy other else in this particular case. Who's more likely to get upset, Florida or Duke? Florida's veteran, so.
Florida has been stressed more than Duke. The one thing about Duke is now they've responded. They won at Arizona. They beat Auburn, so it's probably a mistake. Duke's really good. Duke would be my pick if I weren't a Gator.
Yeah.
I mean, but I pick Duke a lot. I tend to always kind of err on that side with them, and it hasn't always worked.
What did Todd Golden say about, like Billy Napier says?
I don't even know what he means. What was
you disrespect a Gator? What happens, E?
You break their leg, was it? All right, so the big bad SEC, 0-1.
Yeah.
6 games under 500 in league, not proven to be good enough. Texas blew a 13-point lead last night against Xavier, another, quote, bubble team. So North Carolina and Xavier, give them credit for 2 teams that people question whether or not they should get in, and at least so far. Now, listen, every year the tournament has a theme. It would behoove Florida and Auburn and Tennessee and Alabama in particular that the theme of this year's tournament not also include the SEC was overvalued. And so all those wins that you got, they were quad one. They were just normal conference wins like Maryland and Michigan State and, other teams were getting. So we'll see. I don't have this filled out yet. I got distracted in the
oh, for goodness sake.
We'll do the next one. It's only 8:24. I mean,
what are we doing around? I mean, the assignment was due today, this morning at 7 a.m.
No one said anything about 7 a.m.
It's pretty clear cut. You did get it done on the day it starts.
Yeah, well,
I mean, what are we doing?
8:24. You're making a big deal out of nothing.
Just get the thing done.
That's what I'm doing right now.
It's not that hard.
I have a Shazam Spotlight.
Okay.
The Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com, the Murray Ford Superstore, Stark and Kingsland. Just great customer experience, terrific buy. I've loved the relationship with the Murray Ford guys. Also another superstore down there in Stark, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. This is the 4th time the Florida Gators have taken a 30-win team into the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
And the other 3 times that Florida had won 30 games heading into the tournament, they made it all the way to the Final Four. So here's hoping for trends. If the Florida Gators can once again advance to the Final Four this year, they'll be 4 for 4 with 30-win teams, which would now put a premium on go out there and win 30 every year. Just go ahead and do that. Seems easy enough. Sounds like a simple goal. And you got a team like Houston. They win 30 every year, man.
Yeah.
And I'll give Houston credit for this now. Houston was doing it in that what league was it? Was it American Conference? Where were they? Where was Houston playing before the Big 12?
The AAC.
AAC, yeah, right. I think it was the AAC. I do. I think that's what it was with UCF and Tulane and all those. Okay, and they were a 30-win team, but you always had kind of the outlier. Well, who are they playing? They go to the Big 12, which kept the good basketball teams, by the way. The Big 12 lost some power players for sure, but Kansas is better than Texas in basketball, and they kept them. Iowa State's better than Oklahoma in basketball. They kept them. So the Houston has stepped into the Big 12, and they've just dominated, made a 30-win top seed there too. But perhaps a good omen for Florida that they had 30 wins this year, because every time they have,
yes,
they've gone to the Final Four.
Did you see the young lady who is a viral sensation after getting arrested?
Which one?
With this smile?
No.
University of Georgia student?
Oh, does she have a nice smile or something?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Anything will go viral, man.
So she gets arrested, and in her mugshot, she's got a big old smile, cute kid, Georgia sorority girl. She was so she was driving to a friend's birthday party in Milledgeville, Georgia, and she got pulled over for speeding. Okay. And so the officer was very nice, and she's a sorority girl from Georgia. She was going 75 in a 55-mile-an-hour zone.
It's not outrageous.
On the roads where there's nobody out there. The officer saw me. He's driving opposite direction. He's like, "You're speeding," and he was super friendly, and I was super friendly, and he wrote me a ticket.
Georgia sorority girl's mugshot.
He was super friendly. I was super friendly. Do you see the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty smile, right?
Yeah.
As soon as I got back in my car, I pulled out and I accidentally started speeding again. By the time I caught myself, he pulled me over and arrested me.
Oh, my gosh.
She said it was easy to drive too fast on the country road, completely empty with cows grazing on either side. Her mugshot, bright smile, spotless makeup. She was going to a party. So on social media, they done locked up Miss America. Oh, boy.
So, like, the first time she got arrest, they, took her in?
They took her in, yeah.
So she missed the party. Well, I got to be honest.
Whatever she did, my heart says she's innocent.
Yeah.
How much is her bail? I'll pay it. Is her phone number in the police report? Oh, boy. Boys are all over it, man.
I don't. It takes a special kind of stupid to leave a speeding ticket and get pulled away by speeding. I mean, you're a special kind of dumb, dude. Am I wrong? You've just gotten pulled over for speeding. The police officer comes up to you, knocks on the window. "Ma'am, can I see your registration and driver's license, please?" You get the ticket. You're not happy. You explain where you're going, and then you just pull out and go speeding off, and he has to pull you over again. You're that dumb? Do you think once you get pulled once, it's there's a maximum you can get in a day?
Yeah.
Like once you get the speeding ticket, it's full throttle the rest of the day. You're good to go.
Right.
Good grief, man.
But that's the that was kind of funny. So she went viral, and everybody was going crazy about her sweet smile in her mugshot. 3-round mock draft. Would you be pleased with this, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, I must caution you. This 3-round mock draft is brought to you by Chris Damaso, who has the Jags taking Will Campbell.
Still?
Yes.
Come on, man. Tell me you're not paying any attention.
With Mason Graham out there. So, I mean, I'm going to go ahead on a limb and say I think they're going to take Mason Graham over Will Campbell.
They're not taking Will Campbell.
He's got Mason Graham down to 9.
I mean, we joke about it, but in all seriousness, does it see CBSSports.com, Hick, used to be somewhere that you went, and if you clicked on it, you got at least some version of an expert opinion, whether it's journalistic and they're breaking news, but it mattered.
Yeah.
Can you have one of your guys who put, this is a fun time of the year. You can't put a mock draft out right now about the Jags. It says they're taking Will Campbell.
Now,
they're not taking Will Campbell.
Well, they might take Will Campbell. Now, in fairness,
I don't think they will. I think there's zero chance.
He has them trading up to get Derek Harmon in the first round, who's a defensive lineman from Oregon. So, Damaso, that's okay. I'll let that slide.
Wow.
Yeah. There's Derek Harmon, going back up to 20. That would be cool. Then, of course, they don't have their second-round pick, but you'd have Derek Harmon and Will Campbell, which wouldn't be bad. And then in the third round, he has them taking, or maybe he doesn't. Maybe we traded that one too. I don't see it anywhere. So maybe we no longer have a third-round pick. I don't know. But anyway, that's the route that he went. Again, I think that when you talk about the draft, I think it'll be interesting to see that. I think the hope in Jacksonville is, the quarterbacks go, obviously. Cam Ward is going first. I think everybody admits it. Now, there's a little more momentum that Tennessee may, in fact, say, okay, you know what? We're going to take Cam Ward. Whereas a month ago, they were not taking a quarterback. They were not impressed with him. Now they've had some interviews and stuff, and they seem to be changing their thought process a little bit. So, and they haven't added a quarterback either, and they're not going with Will Levis again. So I would guess Cam Ward, which would then send Abdul the Butcher Carter to Cleveland. And he has the Giants taking Armand Membu and then Travis Hunter going fourth. And again, I think that it's been pretty much identified that the two best players are Carter and Hunter, and they'll go from there. And then, and the Jags will be perfectly content, I believe, with Mason Graham or whomever that they get there. Ashton Genty seems like a lock to the Raiders, by the way, which is odd. That seems like that's the consensus pick these days. And then would the Jets go with Shedeur Sanders? That's what he has. I don't know. And then you get the Will Johnsons, the Mason Grahams, Tet McMillan, 11th to San Fran. Ooh, that'd be a nice pick for San Fran. That'd be a steal considering they lost their receivers. I like that Tet McMillan guy. I'll be curious to see where he pans out. So
yeah, big. He's got big kid.
Intrigued by.
Like I said, when they're again, the projections are dangerous. But if you're gonna project, because they're not afraid, by the way, to project you to be Mecole Hardman. I mean, sometimes you see a guy. He's the 15th pick. He's projected to be Christian Kirk. Right? You see those. If you're going to give me a projection that goes from Drake London to Mike Evans, sign me up, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you could add either one of those guys right now. I mean, Evans, although I don't know, you wouldn't trade the 5 pick for Drake London. You wouldn't do it right now.
No.
Yeah, so you can't take McMillan 5, right? If you wouldn't trade that 5 pick for the guy you're projecting him to be, then you wouldn't take him, no?
Well, Drake London had a pretty good year last year, didn't he?
But you still wouldn't trade the 5 pick for him. Never in a million years.
Why?
Because I just asked you, and you said no.
Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, I'm rethinking it.
Yeah, I would never trade the 5 pick for Drake London. I would trade the 5 pick for...
I think I would. 100 catches, 1,271 yards, and 9 touchdowns last year.
The problem is that Brian Thomas Jr. also had those numbers, and I got him 24th in the draft.
Okay, well, so?
Well, I don't...
If I can get a guaranteed guy, Pro Bowl guy, to pair with Brian Thomas Jr., yeah, I'd do that. I'd trade the 5th pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah. You wouldn't trade for a 100-catch guy. E, would you?
Yeah, if I'm getting the same Brian Thomas on the other side, I'm doing it.
100 catches, 1,270.
First of all, you're trading for the player, not trading for last year's stats every year all the time.
Okay, well, he went 72.
I know who Drake London is. I get it. You're asking me would I trade the 5th pick for Drake London, and I'm telling you unequivocally, never in a million years would I trade the 5th pick for Drake London. He's a good player. I'm not saying he's not a good player. It's hard to get
He's 23 years old. He's getting better. Obviously, I would.
Yeah.
If that's who Tet McMillan
well,
is,
there's other factors that would come in. Another reason that the deals like that would never get done is because now suddenly you're going to be in the hook to Drake London for a lot more money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Obviously, I'd rather draft. But if you're telling me Tet McMillan is Drake London, then I would take Tet McMillan.
Well, by the way, Drake London was like the 8th pick.
Yeah.
So it's not like the 5th pick now was something outrageous. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I don't necessarily want a receiver that high this year. There might be a year where I would do it. Okay. But
why not?
Because there's only so many positions that I'm above average at.
Well,
and half of my receiving core is top 5 in the league.
Our receiving core is not good.
Let's be clear about one thing.
Brian Thomas Jr. gets nicked up and misses 2 weeks. We're toast.
I'm not adding to my receiving core. That's not my point.
All right.
I'm just going to probably do it maybe a round or two later.
All right, we'll grab a break. Keep it rolling here.
And the bracket's filled out. I'm just going to ride with it. I'm going with this is it right here. I got no fear.
Yours is done?
Mine is done.
Yeah.
So we'll figure out which games are going to be the key games. We're not going to go over every pick.
I wonder how different our Final Fours are. By the way, we're not going to switch them if they're real similar here. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, it is what it is.
All right.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Huddle up. Who are we?
10-10XL.
What do we do?
Sports Radio.
Where do we do it?
Jacksonville.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Garber Auto Mall is home of the lifetime warranty. Every new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Ford comes with a lifetime warranty. At Garber Auto Mall, your purchase is covered for life. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
life's most important decisions. Gang, if you're 18 years old, or you just got married, just got divorced, you have children, listen up. You want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about my guy, Matt Hinson, in the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matt is, but have you done your last will? I know what you're thinking. I'll get to it. Get to it now and get it done. Why? You work hard. You decide where your money goes. You get your assets to the people that you choose. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen. He'll help you with any of the decisions you need to make. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. If you got questions, reach out. Matt's got the answers. 527-1700, 527-1700. The offices are in Jacksonville, Florida. And gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
One thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from those other jewelry stores at the town center, no one's paid on commission.
Nobody at Beard's is on commission. That's more of your corporate stores that pay commission.
Beard's owner, John Lupo, says that means no pressure, no hidden agenda, no extra markups.
And you're getting a better deal. You're not paying the corporate commission. You're not paying the salesperson's commission. But if they're paying your salespeople commission, you're starting off in the hole.
And that's why you feel like a number at most jewelry stores, because it's all about making the sale, but not at Beard's.
Because it's a corporate atmosphere and they want to sell you what they want to sell you. We're here to sell you what you want. Our salespeople can do whatever they want to make sure that the customer is happy.
So relax. At Beard's Diamonds, they have all the things you want, like quality education, selection, warranties, and none of the stuff you don't want, like pressure and tacked on commissions.
Nobody's making an extra 5 or 10% on Beard's customers.
Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler.
We sell better merchandise, better product for less money, guaranteed.
Hey, gang, I can tell you all about Chad and Sandy, why you trust them as your real estate experts when it comes time to sell your home. But let's just go right to the proof and performance. Pete from Lakeshore has written in, I was in a pickle. I needed to cash out on a rental property fast. I was struggling to rent it. I heard Chad and Sandy on the radio. I called. I had an offer for full asking price within days. These guys made it easy and delivered big-time results. More and more stories like that out there. If you think there may be problems with selling your home, Chad and Sandy beg to differ. They eat and sleep Jacksonville real estate, and they're ready to serve you right now with this promise. And this is bottom line, all you need to know. Chad and Sandy will guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they'll buy it. Pretty simple. Find out more at chadandsandy.com. That's chadandsandy.com. You can always call them at 904-414-6200.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy, you look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic!
You're apo what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow. I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but
Bueller Air and Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
Wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is giving away free beer again this year for the Madness Tournament.
Do they really give you a free pint of Miller Lite for each game you pick right?
Yes, all you got to do is fill out your bracket at 1010XL.com. The contest page closes this morning, so go to the flash page now at 1010XL.com. For free beer, just download your bracket, print it out, and bring it into any Mr. Chubby's Wings during the games. Every game you pick right, you get a free beer.
Go to 1010XL.com now. It's the free beer Chubby Madness Bracket Challenge. See Mr. Chubby's Wings Facebook for full contest details.
Here's Linda Beaver.
At Beaver Chevrolet, we believe your experience should be more than just buying a car. It should be a lifetime of confidence, care, and trust. That's why we're proud to offer lifetime warranties and lifetime customer service. At Beaver Chevrolet, we're not just here to sell you a car. We're here to establish a lifelong relationship that you can always count on. It's simple. You deserve the best and shouldn't settle for less. Visit Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, where we're ready to give you a peace of mind for a lifetime.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
They're playing basketball.
All around the world. The sheets of integrity. One sheet only. Head, heart, and speed. Hurry. All done together.
We need to copy these two.
I'll tell you this right now. I have Florida and Jeff has Florida and E has Duke. Those are your natty champs.
That's what I got. I got Florida over Duke. Who do you have them beating?
Florida over Duke.
Yeah.
I got Duke over Florida.
Yeah.
I noticed you were too chicken to take somebody other than Florida. You know, you could just cherry pick our points the whole way. I see what you did there. Yeah. Far be it for you to go out on a limb and take
funny, Jeffrey.
Maryland or Texas Tech or somebody.
All right, who are your final four picks? E, we'll start with you. Your
My final four picks.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn.
Okay.
Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Duke. Mm-hmm. And Purdue.
Oh.
Yeah, that's some spice in there.
I have two different Final Four teams.
I have one.
Then you.
I have Auburn. Florida. Duke. And Tennessee.
Ooh, my Purdue beat Tennessee.
Tennessee's never been to the Final Four.
I know that. No.
I have Florida, Duke, Houston, and Sparty.
Michigan State.
Okay, yes. That's the Auburn. Yeah.
I don't think Auburn. I don't know who's going to beat them. I think somebody will beat them.
Here's what I did. Here's the one. There's a couple of things that I wanted to do. They caused me angst, and you know what I did, Dan? I just did them. It's the tournament. I'm going to ride a couple. I'm going to, you always have a couple. You have 2 or 3 chances at genius in a bracket.
Yep.
Now, you can miss 6 or 7 of your outliers. But if, as I have it, McNeese State goes to the Sweet 16, I'm going to look awful smart.
Yeah.
I got McNeese State beating Purdue in round 2. I have them upsetting.
Oh, that's a big one with you and E.
I got McNeese beating Clemson in round 1 and Purdue in round 2. You know who McNeese's coach is?
Yeah, Will Wade. He's going to NC State.
Yeah, and he's like
upheaval.
He's like 28-2 both years down there.
That's the team with the boombox kid.
Yeah.
He earned he's the first kid to sign an NIL deal.
Yeah, he did. The trainer. Well, not the trainer, the manager.
I'm going to ride a little Will Wade, but I did it because that's the region that's going to define me. Okay? I went pretty chalky just about everywhere, but in that region, I have Gonzaga beating Georgia, upsetting Houston, and then beating McNeese to get to the Elite Eight. I got Gonzaga to the 8.
Okay.
I also have Xavier beating Illinois and Kentucky to get to the Sweet 16.
Wow.
And then so Tennessee beats Gonzaga in the 8 and gets to the 4. So that one, I have a lot. That's where my craziness is there. I got Auburn, Michigan State in the 8 with Auburn winning. Florida, Texas Tech. I have them. I don't know. I have Texas Tech upsetting St. John's.
Okay.
And then I have Duke, Bama, Gonzaga, Tennessee. So I did ultimately stay true to what I said. The 6 teams that have looked best to me, I've got 4 of those 6 in the 4, Auburn, Florida, Tennessee, and Duke.
My biggest Elite 8 surprise is BYU.
I have BYU to the 16.
I got BYU beating Bama.
Yeah, I have BYU losing to Bama. Mrs. P has BYU beating Bama.
Mrs.
P, by the way, has what about the fam you got there? Because I got Miss P, Auburn, Florida, Duke, Tennessee, same as me, and the same championship matchup.
Brooksy has Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Kentucky.
Okay,
Riggs is chalk.
The 4
Chalk
ones.
hard, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably smart when you don't pay a whole lot of attention. Mississippi pretty.
She asked me because we usually laugh and make fun of her, and her sheet this year there wasn't really a game for me to make fun of.
The Drake. Anybody take Drake?
That was one of the ones I was considering.
I took Drake because I had Texas Tech making a little bit of a run there, so I took Drake.
I have Drake beating Missouri, but then losing to Texas Tech.
Me too. You have Texas Tech or St. John's?
I have St. John's.
Yeah, that's going to be a swing game. You look at like some of the 8s and 16s, and those are going to be some swing games.
I need Michigan State and Houston. That's what I need.
I did pick a lot of. I picked a lot of first round upsets, though.
So if you lose Purdue, you're in trouble.
Yeah, if I lose Purdue,
Jeff,
I'm in
if
trouble.
you lose Tennessee, you're in trouble. And if I lose Michigan State, neither of you have Houston. So then if I lose Houston, I would be in trouble.
Well, I'm more in trouble if Houston goes to the 4, I'm going to be in trouble.
Yeah, because you got them going early?
I got them losing round 2 to Gonzaga.
Yeah, that would be a lot of points.
And I'm going to also lose points with Gonzaga, and I'm going to lose, so yeah, that I'm in big, and that's the one. Yeah. That's the one that if I were betting just exclusively because of the wheel, I would have ridden Houston there. I like Houston. I think that they can win those games, but I'm going to have some fun. I'm
not sold on Auburn. I don't know why. I've watched them the last 4 games. They're 1-3.
I'm with you.
So I don't know that Michigan State will beat them. I have Michigan State beating them just because that's probably more wheel induced. But I think Auburn could lose early. I got Creighton beating Louisville.
I tell you what I did do. I did that. Our report with Doc Murphy. I at one point had Iowa. The one that I crumpled up. I had Iowa State to the 8.
Okay.
But they're so banged up in the backcourt. They're 2 best players. Yeah. So now I've changed that to Iowa State. I didn't go with North Carolina. I went Ole Miss beating Iowa. I had Ole Miss beating Carolina.
That's fine.
And then beating Iowa State. I got Ole Miss in the Sweet 16.
I got Carolina to the Sweet 16.
How many SECs do you have in the Sweet 16?
In the Sweet 16, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
Yeah, that's a believer.
Yeah.
I have Sweet 16. I've got 1. Oh wait, that's the 8. Hold on. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 5.
Okay.
I only have 5. But I've got Xavier beating Kentucky.
Read me your 8. Your Elite 8.
Elite 8 is Auburn.
Okay.
Michigan State.
Same as me.
Florida.
Okay.
St. John's.
I got Texas. Texas Tech over St. John's would be a big one for me. Because y'all each have the Johnnies.
Then I have Duke, Bama,
Same as me.
Purdue, Tennessee.
Gonzaga. Yeah, Purdue's a big one for E.
Purdue's big.
We got Purdue to the 4, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I got Purdue to the 4.
I need Purdue out. I think you're confused. I think you still think that big old dude's at Purdue. He ain't there no
he's
more.
gone.
Edie with y'all right now.
And they got that other, in fairness, that other kid, Lawyer, is kind of hurt, I think.
Yeah.
One of their players, so.
Come on, boil her up. Let's go.
Boil her up.
I got Purdue losing to McNeese. I just assumed Purdue lose to High Point and get on out of there then.
Oh, let's go.
But I got to ride the Zag. It's that bracket for me. I got Houston losing early. I got Zags to the 8. I got McNeese to the 16. Xavier to the 16. That's the one that's gonna. Actually, I can just split and go half and half there. I'll make up some ground. I don't know.
I got Kentucky going.
Give me your 8.
My 8.
I mean your 6. Your 8.
I got Duke and BYU.
I got Duke and Bama.
I got Houston, Tennessee.
I got Gonzaga, Tennessee.
And then I got chalky on the other side: Auburn, Michigan State, and Florida St. John's.
So Texas, we're a little different in a couple of brackets.
Like
Ian and I have almost the exact same 8, except for Purdue. Oh, there we go.
Well, there it is, locked and loaded. There's that wheel just staring at us.
I turned it around.
Yeah,
smiling.
I did.
Laughing.
I turned it around. Again, I'm not going to lie. I let the wheel take some of the fun out of the whole bracket thing, but I've re-established myself. I've reasserted, and I'm sorry to you guys. One of you two are going to have to spin that wheel after Dr. Hoops.
We've had so many great controversies with this through the years.
Yeah,
remember?
like
miss adding.
And one year they told me I was out and I wasn't.
Yeah, that was great.
I think I ended up losing anyway, but I wasn't out. Like they made a big thing and they announced like as we headed into the Final Four that I was eliminated, and then we went back and added it all up, and I wasn't.
Well, he went back and added.
I did, but I was right.
Yeah, you were. There's been a lot of them. Like, oh gosh,
we used to do March Slapness.
Yeah,
is that with the fish?
No. You know, open hand slap to the face.
Wait, what?
The loser. Third got slapped by second and first.
Yes.
Second got slapped by first.
Yes. And first didn't have to slap.
Yeah. First didn't have to slap.
And I mean, we slapped the hell out of each
Oh,
other.
so y'all really slapped each
Yes.
other?
Oh, yeah. March slapness.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was legit. And Balls,
we did it 2 years.
Balls was our guy then.
We did it. I think, did we do it 2 years?
I think we did it 2 years.
Yeah, because one of the years I won.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I got to slap two people.
Yeah.
And then one year's Balls won, and he was so timid he wouldn't slap us, and we had to get mad. I had to charge into the room and make him hit me. I'm like.
Yeah, Balls was scared to
insulted.
slap.
He didn't want to slap the,
Man, hey, if the boys say slap him, slap him.
Oh, yeah. You would not have a problem with that. In fact, there might even be a little bit of closed fist when it hit my jaw.
I mean, listen, we didn't. It's not like we were trying to win one of those slap fights you see online, but it wasn't just
a good hefty slap.
Yeah, it was a little one. You had to brace for it.
Yeah, it wasn't like
it was harder than the fish slap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was harder
Fish
than
slap. I got you pretty good.
The fish slap, I got it good, but I thought the
That joke
face
was so funny, man.
The
That
fish
was-
slap?
Yeah, but what was that? Was that for like?
That was a dime
wheel
bet
spin.
for
Just a
something.
random dime.
Yeah, that was a dime bet. Fish slap. I don't remember why.
Beef used to have a screenshot, the screensaver, the picture.
Yeah, I took it like a man. I give myself credit.
Hand behind his back, eyes
did.
closed.
You know what would have been? And thank God I did, because you know what would have been would not have aged well, like some sort of face and turning away or putting your hand. Oh, God,
yeah,
thank you,
yeah,
Lord.
yeah.
Thank you for just letting me take it like a man. Thank you. That would not have aged well at all.
But
I
yeah,
don't
so
need that.
the bet is in. The points are first
Don't
round,
forget
2.
to put your point total on the championship matchup.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yep.
All the way through to keep it.
Stay within. So if we're within 6 of E going into the final, and it's Duke, Florida, ooh, what a Monday night that's going to be.
Oh, right. Ooh.
It's Custom Tree Searches Thursday. There's some of the madness. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Picture a man going on a journey beyond sight and sound.
Picture a journey with 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Gun charges, drug charges. I'm attorney Malcolm Anthony, and I specialize in handling these types of felony cases. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
I'm here with
Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WEALTH to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, Hicken here from my friends at Beaches Dermatology. You know Beaches Dermatology, Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery. Great doctors, great people at Beaches Dermatology, great staff, second to none. In fact, voted top workplace of 2025 by the Jackson Business Journal. Shout out Solana Road and all the fine people over there. They take great care of you over there. Listen, they want to remind you, protect that skin from the demon sun. Man, you guys go out there and lay out, man. Put on some sunscreen. Wear a hat. Cover those ears. Get those long sleeve dry fits on, man, if you're out there enjoying this beautiful sunshine that we got coming up. And if something does pop up, get online and make an appointment, get it checked out. Don't wait. Go to beachesdermatology.com. beachesdermatology.com. Find the location that best serves you. You'll be glad you did. It's all there for you at beachesdermatology.com.
Spring is in the air. Time to wake up your lawn with Heroes Lawn Care. Say goodbye to pesky mosquitoes with their organic and spray treatments. Perfect for outdoor fun. Keep your lawn clean and fresh with their pet waste removal for homes and businesses. Heroes Lawn Care takes care of it all. From mowing, edging, fertilizer, to irrigation, and much more. Visit heroeslawncare.com.
The restaurant of the day is the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Get a Greek Feast family combo meal tray with chicken skewers, gyro meat, gulmades, and more. Feed 4 to 6 people for just $49.95. Feed 8 to 10 for just $99.95. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
Is your backyard ready for the big leagues? Hicken here for Surfside Pools. Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, they have the home field advantage. Family owned and operated, offering weekly pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools make your backyard dreams a reality. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, your hometown MVP.
License number CPC 044080.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. Brought to you by the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. The number 13 Florida baseball team dominated Florida A&M by 10 runs last night for its second run rule victory of the week. Blake Sear went a perfect 3-for-3 with 1 homer and a season-high 6 RBI. Colby Shelton drilled a trio of doubles to finish with a team-high 4 runs and leads the SEC with 13 doubles this season. Florida will look to extend its streak tomorrow as they open a 3-game series against Georgia. The Gators men's basketball team is the number 1 seed in the Western region of the NCAA tournament after dominating Tennessee in the SEC championship. Florida opens March Madness play tomorrow against 16th seed Norfolk State. Listen live at 6:30 on 1010 a.m. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 60 degrees at 9 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah!
basketball dominance is bad for bracket business here at the station. Takes all the fun out of the whole bracket office pool. Everybody's picking Florida.
In a rock and roll band.
Sorry. There you go. And everybody's picked Florida. There's like two people picked Duke.
I told you.
And by the way, Florida Duke is like an incredibly popular finals matchup as well.
Yeah. You shouldn't have played this song, E.
Well, you told me you specifically said play that funky music.
This is dance that funky music, white man. Dance that funky music.
You know
white
what they were doing, E?
What they were doing?
They were dancing.
And they were dancing,
Singing.
and singing,
Moving.
and moving,
Grooving.
And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted.
So easy to get him going. So, I know this is Red Cherry. It's not Cool in the Gang. We heard them. You know Cool in the Gang's coming to Jazzfest.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. He says he's going to get him in studio.
It's a sore spot between me and my guy.
He said this morning to make it right with you, he was going to get him in studio.
You
with
ruined her wedding.
you crushed my daughter's dream.
I mean, there she was, all beautiful, like a princess, and she said, "Daddy, when's Cool in the Gang coming out?"
When's Cool here?
I said, "Honey,
E.T. blew it.
E.T. screwed us."
You should have said, honey, it's along with E.T.'s invite to the wedding.
Oh, that's a quick comeback there.
Yeah.
That's right, a little too early into your tenure. You would, if she got married this summer, I bet you'd make the cut.
I would.
Yeah, that's fair. I missed you there. You would have had a good time.
Oh, I would have turned
Miss
that
P had
down.
somebody to dance with. That'd have been fantastic for me. It'd have been a win-win. Drink a beer with E.T. and then he can take her dancing. Perfect.
Got some interesting news coming out of South Florida.
In what regard?
As we hit the 9 o'clock nasty.
Oh, why has it got to be nasty?
The cheetah is posting that he plans on
kid?
having another kid with his new wife.
Oh, man.
5 this year alone with 5 different women. Reportedly,
This year? Because last year was 9.
only 31 years old, allegedly has 12 children.
Why do they do it, E?
Cheetah got stamina.
Cheetah, by the way, you know what he says he wants to be?
Oh, yeah.
He wants to leave and go work in the industry where he better get those tubes tied. Gonna have 100,000 of those little cheetahs running around.
I don't know.
One sports question. I'm going to say something.
Okay.
Let me say something. And it's going to be the kind of statement that you're going to have to recoil, and then you're going to have to just come clean and admit that you agree.
Okay.
And this seems a little strange for a team that won back-to-back national championships and really went kind of wire to wire in the second time. I feel like this team, Dan, this Gator team is the most favored Gator team going into an NCAA tournament ever, more than those 04s were.
I don't think they're. Oh, thank you, Coach.
Going into the tournament.
You talking about Florida?
Florida.
Okay, because I would say UConn last year.
No, I mean Florida for a Florida basket, and this includes being a number one back in the second of the repeat year. But but because they were trying to repeat, no one was picking them to win it. I bet you more national experts, if you look at 50 experts, 22 picked Florida, had picked Florida pre-tournament this year than any other year. And I'll tell you something else that keeps showing up everywhere. There's an awful lot. Florida Duke may be as common a finals matchup that we've ever had also. There doesn't seem to be as, I said it when we came back, Florida being dominant is bad for the bracket business here in the building. It takes the fun out of it. Everybody's picking Florida, and most have Florida versus Duke.
I'd be willing to take the field if you want to make a little wager.
I got it.
If I was, like I said, if I was playing this, I mean, we got one good gambler in here who's not on the air, and he's smart, and he took somebody else.
Oh, yeah, because of that, for purposes
For that
here.
alone, yeah.
Of course, he took a team I've got losing this weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the March Madness, isn't it?
That's the madness. That's when you say bracket busted. There's nothing like Thursday afternoon at about 4:30, and you're like, oh, my God.
Only if you, and see, like I said, you're only dangerous. If you start playing 5s to 11s to make runs to the 8, you really make yourself susceptible.
There's that, and then there's also this truth. And it is this truth. Excuse me. And the truth is this: if you're in a pool with a lot of people, the first round counts.
Yeah.
And if you blow the first round and go heavy upset, and there's not heavy upset, then you're in trouble.
If you're in
you're on the ropes, because everybody's ultimately, when it shakes out, usually everybody's kind of around the same with the Final Fours.
I had my worst year ever last year, Dan, in round one. I was like 18 or 14 or 19 and 13. I was 6 or 7 games behind you guys. But if you keep enough, if you have a terrible opener, 19-13, 20-12.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you can keep like 11 of the 16
Yeah.
and 5 of the 8 and 3 of the 4 and your championship matchup or your champ, if you can at least keep, a majority of your later rounds because the points pile up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a year where that's not going to help as much because we have real similar picks for even the Elite Eight. There's really only one region that's going to define our whole contest. He's got Purdue going. I got them losing early. You got Kentucky beating Tennessee, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one. And every year there's one like that in our little internal competition. There's one region that it's all squirrely. But we pretty much, there's a couple of small differences. I like Texas Tech. They like St. John's. That's about it. You had Michigan State beating Auburn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which, would not be all that surprising, would it?
Pro day yesterday for a guy who is going to intrigue, and what are they going to do with him will be very interesting. Jalen Milroe.
I saw he ran a 4.37
something.
Yeah.
They always said he was the fastest guy at Alabama, and he's a quarterback. That's
another guy's thick at least, not super tall.
God, yeah. But yeah, it will be somebody's going to overdraft him, in my opinion, and think they can make him a quarterback. And he is a quarterback, but how good can he be in the NFL, where it removes the great, what do we say? The great equalizer.
The great equalizer.
The NFL, baby. And so it will be, it's going to be fascinating. It's going to be, he is the one that one of these quarterback needy teams is going to take probably round 2, and it'll be an overdraft. And I tell you, the other guy that is getting a lot of talk, what's our guy in New England, the backup quarterback?
Jacoby? Is he there?
Joe Milton. Is that his name?
Oh,
the
yeah,
Tennessee
with the
kid?
cannon, yeah.
Yes. And he played that last game of the year, remember last year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But if I told you that Jalen Milroe threw 16 and 11 last year, you know who threw 16 touchdown passes and was drafted in the first round?
Is it Will Levis?
Nope. He was drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we all raved about him.
Blaine Gabbert.
Oh, Blaine.
Man, 16 touchdown passes in college, man. That's an awful big reach if you're taking that guy in the second round, aren't you? Would either of you think Jalen Milroe will be a starting NFL quarterback? Yes or no?
No.
One no. What say you, E? 64% of his passes, 2,844 yards.
Oh, no, man. I don't know. I want to say yes. I feel like I could.
Okay.
He could be, maybe he could become Lamar.
Yeah. Lamar threw it a lot better than that.
He runs it a lot better, too. I say, no. Jalen Milroe is. Man.
Jalen Milroe had 20 rushing touchdowns last year.
Are we ever going to see one of these incredible running quarterbacks come to the league and just be a running back or some other sort of weapon? They always hate to do it, right? There's some pride involved there. And sometimes they're right. And heck no, I'm not going to be. Watch me play quarterback. Lamar, they want to be a receiver. Bill Polian famously.
That's it, though.
Yeah.
He was the only one.
Well,
so it's not
Polian,
like. Yeah. And that was idiotic.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, we just had one in the last couple of years, too. They wanted the quarterback to work out. Wasn't Jaden Daniels, was it?
No, there are quarterbacks who go. Ryan Tannehill.
I'm saying sometimes they ask him to and he says no.
Yeah.
And there was another one of those.
Lamar threw 27 touchdowns his junior year and threw for 3,600 yards and threw 30 touchdowns the year before that. And he also ran for 1,600 yards and averaged 7 yards a carry. Milroe averaged 4.3 yards.
Well, in fairness, nobody runs like Lamar.
Yeah, nobody.
Vic is the only one. Yeah. Vic was the only one that's even close.
That's fair. But in fairness, Lamar threw it a heck of a lot better, too. A heck of a lot better. So, anyway, we'll see. But he will be that's fine. It's just he's going to be intriguing. That's all I'm saying. And somebody like Pittsburgh or...
I guess Denard Robinson we had, he went from quarterback to... They made him a running back.
Yeah,
he never really played quarterback here.
Yeah.
There are plenty, gang, that I'm aware of. I can go way back. I can predate Antoine Randall L. I mean, I can remember Bert Emanuel for Atlanta was a quarterback at Rice. I mean,
Hines Ward.
Yeah, there's a lot of these guys that have happened. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking of recency. There was another one of these dual threat quarterbacks that they suggested try at receiver, and like Lamar said, no. I'm a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's always their thing. They're always the quote, by the way. Yeah, I'm a quarterback.
Yeah. Well, they make the cash, too.
Sure.
Right? I mean, they make a lot of money, so.
AR's going to hurt some of these guys. His failures hurt a guy like Milroe. It should.
All right, quick baseball question for you. Of these three, who's had the best career?
Okay.
All right. Mad Max. Justin Verlander.
You're talking about Max Scherzer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mad Max, Justin Verlander.
Uh-huh.
Or Clayton Kershaw. Who has had the best career?
Yeah, that's you know, none of those guys.
Who would you say?
The answer is Kershaw. It's
Okay.
not close.
Not close.
To me, it's not.
Right.
I think we forget Kershaw had dominance that those two dudes never.
Okay.
Right? Am I wrong? Is that the answer? What was the answer when you asked me the question?
I don't know the answer.
But you always have.
I'm going to give you some comparison numbers.
What did you think the answer was before you asked?
I didn't think of it.
Okay.
Ooh, Matt Jones. Just based off what we were talking about.
Yeah, but Matt Jones, did he play
He was a quarterback.
Yeah, only quarterback? Yeah. Well, there you go. That's a perfect one right here in our backyard. How'd that work?
That didn't work too well.
He should have told him, nah, I'm just going to play quarterback.
Yeah, he should have.
All right, WAR is Verlander, but 80 to 79 to Kershaw to 75 for Max. Well, he's been there longer. He's older.
That's why it's a good question, though. They're all real similar.
Games, Verlander, 526, 432, 466 for Scherzer. Innings pitched, Verlander, 3,400.
It might be Verlander. He's got the 300 wins, too, doesn't he?
Yeah. One loss record, Verlander, 262 and 147. Max, 216 and 112. Kershaw, 212 and 94. ERA is Kershaw, 2.5.
That's
3.16 for Scherzer, 3.3 for Verlander. ERA plus, 156 for Kershaw, 133 Scherzer, 129 Verlander. Strikeouts, it's Verlander.
That's probably Verlander's the right answer.
Championships all have 2.
Verlander's the right answer.
All-Stars, 8, 9, and 10. Scherzer, Verlander, Kershaw.
It feels like Kershaw. That was my initial response.
Cy Youngs all have 3.
See, I would have thought Kershaw had more. Yeah, I would have thought. So that, yeah.
Kershaw, 5 ERA.
There's no right answer here, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that answer's not. I take my answer back. There's no right answer. Any one of those guys could be the right answer.
I think
you got to go to the wins at the end of the day.
I think I would agree with you, though, and lean towards Kershaw.
Even though Verlander, by the resume, there should win.
Verlander wins because of career length.
But that matters.
Yeah.
You know, Verlander was able to do things at an age that Kershaw stopped doing them.
But Kershaw's still pitching.
Yeah.
So what if he goes 3 more years?
But he's not pitching like an ace.
Oh,
Verlander still won the Astros the World Series 2 years ago.
That's fair.
You know, he's still pitching like an ace into his late career.
It was a little more than 2 years ago, wasn't it?
No, they just won, didn't they?
Won.
The Astros followed up the Braves.
He was with the Mets 2 years ago. So 3 years ago.
The Braves World Series, the year after the Braves were, or the year before. Never mind, it was the year before they beat the Dodgers. That's what it was, not the year after.
Yeah.
Kershaw is.
I don't see postseason numbers. I think that would matter. I think that's a fair
Kershaw
thing.
was not as good in the postseason, I don't think.
No, he's terrible. Remember, he never could win.
Okay,
yeah. Kershaw was terrible.
And Verlander probably going to win there too.
Our guy Daniel Murphy alone beat Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah,
single-handedly.
Yeah. The bad postseasons matter. If you're going to determine guys overall how good they are,
they're very similar.
If they're similar in the regular season, I think postseason matters. In fact, I think you could take a great postseason pitcher and bump him up past a better regular season pitcher.
Make a note. Remind me to ask Daniel next week which of the 3 had the best career. Scherzer, Verlander, or Kershaw. Make a note. Don't forget.
Roger.
Is it duly noted?
Triply loaded.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say.
Do you have Todd Golden's comments about the...
And this is not real. Yeah, somebody makes this in a laboratory.
I like what he said about Billy Napier, though.
We're going to break somebody's leg or head or skull. We're cracking skulls.
I kind of like that about the Gators.
This is super, super day. I can't believe it hasn't already taken someone down.
Hey, did you see, before we go to break, did you see Leftwich went to Colorado?
Was it AI or was it real?
No,
real Byron.
Byron Leftwich is
to coach
assistant coach with the Buffs.
Is he going to be the OC or?
I don't think so. He's just, Deion.
I feel like they're having like just an athletes convention out there.
They are. Yeah. It's
This is not Todd Golden.
Go to
Why are you
break with
playing
Todd
it?
Golden.
But it's not
the
Todd
snubbing
Golden.
of the
It's
number
some
one.
AI made up stuff.
This isn't him?
People are going to hear this. They're going to think, "Gosh, did you hear what Todd Golden said?"
Okay.
I'm not comfortable
and,
with it.
just like this year, we curb stomped the entire SEC, but instead of putting us at the top of the March Madness bracket, the tournament committee spit in our face by giving this team a 3 seed, as my good friend Billy Napier likes to say. When you disrespect a Gator, you lose your damn leg.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Living life on the edge of your seat.
Are you kidding me?
Your front row seat for play-by-play.
Break it free, they're not going to catch you.
1010XL.
Looking for adventure? Need a machine that works as hard as you do? CF Moto has you covered. At Ride Now Beach Boulevard, we've got CF Moto ATVs and UTVs built for any task, any trail, anytime. Tear up the dirt with the trail-tested C-Force ATV lineup or conquer through terrain with a Z-Force UTV. Find your CF Moto ride today at Ride Now Beach Boulevard or visit ridenowbeachboulevard.com. ATVs and UTVs are for riders 16 and older. They can be hazardous to operate. CF Moto recommends an improved safety training course.
Tired of supermarket produce that's traveled thousands of miles before you get it? Treat your family to farm-fresh, Florida-grown fruits and veggies delivered right to your home with Doorbell Farms. No supply chain issues or questionable origins, just seasonal produce hand-picked from local farmers. Subscribe monthly and enjoy the best local farm produce delivered right to you. Sign up now at doorbellfarms.com, connecting real people to real family farms. Doorbellfarms.com.
We're giving away free AC inspections to our wonderful customers who now call and schedule. But you must act today. A deal this good won't last forever. Call 904-862-6769. DuckDuckAC.com. Any required repairs are not included in the inspection.
This is Dr. George Bari inviting you to look online at BariOrthopedics.com for the latest in medical advancements when it comes to getting you back to full joint health. After studying under Dr. James Andrews, I know proper diagnosis is the first key to treatment, and educating the patient is the fastest path to recovery. Whether it's chronic back pain, nagging arthritis, or necessary joint replacement, we're here to serve you in the best possible way. We are Bari Orthopedics and online at BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Hey, Beard's Diamonds is where Jacksonville shops for engagement rings and fine diamond jewelry. Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center. That's where it is. And man, do they stand out. Local, right? That's number one. They're local, man. All those other chain stores, Beard's Diamonds is local, and they've been here for a long time. Owners are part of our community for more than 40 years. Their money spent there doesn't go to Wall Street. It stays right here. And by the way, you don't compromise on anything. Best selection of diamonds in Northeast Florida, hands down. Don't have to jack up prices to meet a corporate bottom line. They don't have commission salespeople. They have trusted advisors. All the top names of bridal jewelry, Tacori, Verragio, and dozens more. And most importantly, they guarantee to give you a better price, a better value, period. A lot of those chain jewelry stores are all owned by the same mega conglomerate. They may have different store names, but they're all the same owner, man. Don't buy a diamond ring or any piece of jewelry without talking to my friends at Beards. John Lupo, Ben Lupo, man, they're terrific folks. Beards Diamonds, go see them at the St. John's Town Center.
Mia O'Brien.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
On Helmets and Heels, noon to 2.
I swear to you, I know her.
Then there's the 1010XL video and social media channels.
I would know her voice anywhere.
All Things Mia is driven by Arlington Toyota.
On 1010XL.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
Did you know your pup could take 30,000 to 60,000 steps a day at Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard? That's a whole lot of tail wagging fun with their best furry friends. At Dogtopia, they turn playtime into exercise, learning, and socialization in their off-leash, open play environment. Dogs build confidence, reduce anxiety, and stay happy and healthy, all while having the time of their lives. Visit Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard today.
Hicken here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial? Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV. I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us. Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986. George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
If you're heading to the Og or you're already part of the nation's oldest, don't forget to drop into Sunset Grill. For over 30 years, serving up great chowder, seafood, wings, and cold beer. Sunset Grill, somewhere on A1A, St. Augustine Beach.
Yo, E.T. here, and spring in Clay County means one thing and one thing only: the award-winning Clay County Fair. It's more than just rides and a concert, it's an experience. Savor the flavors of classic fair treats, explore family-friendly attractions, and enjoy the perfect mix of small-town charm and big-time fun. Plan your trip with Explore Clay County Tourism and turn your visit into a getaway. Find the best places to eat, stay, and explore at exploreclay.com. And don't forget to share those fair adventures with hashtag ExploreClay.
Jags fans, here's your chance to score a trip to Green Bay for round one of draft night. Through the Everbank Draft Night Experience Sweepstakes, one lucky winner and a guest will be there live and in person to see the Jaguars make their first pick. To enter, visit everbank.com/draft by April 4th. That's everbank.com/draft. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 3/3/25 to 4/4/25. For official rules, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/draft. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A.
The 2025 NFL season is right around the corner, and the Jags are building something special. A fresh team, a new culture, and a stadium that's going to change the game. Be there to witness head coach Liam Cohen and the rest of the coaching crew in action and secure your place in line for the stadium of the future with your 2025 season ticket membership. Visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you at the bank this fall.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
E, why are you playing this?
Oh, because the Clay County Fair is in town, my boy. And I got a family 5-pack of tickets to the Clay County Fair. From April 3rd to April 13th, visit claycountyfair.org for more information. But some lucky winner could win a family 5-pack of tickets to the Clay County Fair right now.
I like that. By the way, the Clay County Fair kind of low-key rocks, man. It's one of the better ones in the area, I think. My kids go out there every year almost.
I don't ride the rides no more. I just go out there to eat.
Yeah, the rides. I ended my riding, not my entire fair rides, ended at the St. Johns County Fair when my kids were probably 8 to 10, and we got on what used to be one of my favorite rides as a kid were the swings. Right?
Yep.
Where you go around like this, and then it lifts you up, and then you just go round and round.
And you can see the entire fair.
Yeah, I loved it. I always thought it was my favorite ride until it wasn't. And that particular day, suddenly my brain didn't get bounced around that way anymore. I got so motion sicky. I felt like I had just drank a whole bottle of Jack Daniels or something.
Bottle of Jack.
Just dizzy and projectile vomiting. It's just the worst.
Oh, dear.
And so since then, and I already knew I couldn't do like that, the teacup. That little masochistic adventure into nausea.
There was some dude last night playing for the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, the Polish guy or whatever he is.
Guy, what a story. He killed my Knicks.
He played like 19 minutes and scored like 40 points. He's like the first player in NBA history to do that. He couldn't freaking miss. And his best friend is Flava Flav.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I think Flava Flav feels like he just kind of glams on.
What the hell is going on down there?
Hick, I watch a lot of NBA. I had never heard of that guy.
Oh, okay, because I certainly did.
Never heard of him.
I'm like,
now,
I walked away because they were getting crushed.
Well, they got guys out. They've shut her down. Wembanyama's out. That's what he plays Wembanyama's position, the backup to the position, which now gets some time. De'Aaron Fox has shut it down for the year. So, when I watched the Spurs earlier this year, this guy wasn't in the rotation. I'd bet most games this year he didn't play.
I can't even say his name. I don't.
The only reason I'm going to be able to say it is because I heard it so much.
Mamuklashvili?
It's Manu.
Mamuklashvili.
Mama, here, I'll tell you.
Mama don't say?
Mama say, Mama sa, Mama kusa.
Yes, that's it. Mama say, Mama sa, Makusa had 34 points in 19 minutes. I mean, the guy couldn't miss.
But didn't he also have like double-digit boards or something?
It was unbelievable, dude. 13 of 14 from the field, 7 of 7 from 3.
9 rebounds.
Yeah.
3 assists, too.
21 points in the fourth, 8 of 8. I mean, Mama say, Mama sa, Makusa could not miss. Fourth player in NBA history to shoot 90% from the field, 100% on three-pointers, and 100% on free throws, joining Tyrese Halliburton, Gary Payton, and Charles Barkley. Also joined Matt Bonner, Red Mamba, and Steve Smith is the third Spur to knock down 7 of 7 or better on three-pointers. He just had his dad, Zurab, flown in from Jersey to watch the game.
Sure.
Flava Flav, who celebrated his birthday, has been a friend of Mama say, Mama sa, Makusa for a long time. And, the shot is good. Rebound.
First game of the year.
Another 3-ball. Bang.
He's averages 9 minutes a game.
I know.
He's played every game this year, but some games like literally a minute or two is high point in minutes.
It was unbelievable.
22 minutes against the Pistons back in February, and now and even since Wembanyama went out, he doesn't get more than 13, 14 minutes a game even now.
Another question, one more NBA question, and we'll move on. I don't like to spend too much time on the NBA.
I love it.
When you hit a game winner,
okay,
by luck, are you allowed to celebrate as much?
Yeah, I think so in that case, because they've had such little to celebrate. You're talking about Cade Cunningham. He banked it in last night.
I mean, come on, man.
And by the way, the bank top of the key is the worst bank.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get away from
you ain't trying to bank.
Right. Well, and we know that three-pointer from the wing, you weren't trying to bank, but at least you have a bit of an out. But when you bank from the top of the key, man,
you shot that thing too hard, bro.
And it wasn't even a clean bank. It bank rim rolled in. It was kind of but you know what? The Pistons have had nothing to celebrate, and this kid is a soft-spoken, underappreciated superstar.
Well, I, for one, don't like the Pistons because they're going to be our first-round matchup,
Yeah,
and a lot of teams are picking them to beat us.
They might.
Oh, dear.
Two teams going in opposite directions, that's for sure.
What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean we're going in opposite directions?
They're winning.
Well, we got no MVP right now. We'll be fine.
I'm just saying
How's the Lakers doing without LeBron?
They won last night.
Yeah, we definitely won without LeBron last night.
I'm sorry. Who played for Denver?
It don't matter.
Dan Issel?
Dan Issel had 17. Big game last night.
Yeah.
We lost Dan Issel. I think it's kind of disrespectful for you
guys are unbelievable.
Talk about him like that and such a. I mean, what are you talking about?
Your team is non-existent.
I who said they were.
I just did this column here, right here. I'm looking at this column. Says NBA rebuild rankings.
Hey,
you know where you are? 9th in the crappy team list.
Hey, E.T. The last 10 games, in other words, direction you're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
The Knicks are 5-5, and the crappy Hawks are 6-4. You tell me who's grooving toward the postseason.
This is like this is like this idiot trying to tell everybody that the Braves did better than the Mets last year.
First of all, I'm not an idiot.
Whoa.
And second of all,
you're an idiot.
The idiotic take is to claim the team that won less had the better year. That was the better team. That's the idiotic part. I'm not doing this.
Good.
I'm not.
Good.
No, it's stupid.
Don't do it.
Stop.
It is.
You're talking nonsense.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Shut the F up.
Thank
you. Yes.
Was that me or
Totally.
him? Was
That's
that
me
him?
to you. Yeah,
screw
thank
him.
you. That's right. You're right.
Idiot.
You correctly did it. I don't know what you're getting.
IDIOT.
He gets like old. He's gotten old. And I guess he's gotten old. He's gotten like like insulting and like name calling and stuff. Stop it.
Sheesh.
I'll stop it when you.
No one did anything.
Common sense.
Here's what we said. 2 teams going in opposite directions.
Yeah.
My God.
You got to throw out a caveat. If the best player on the team's not playing.
I don't have to throw out anything.
Well,
One's
that's
6-4,
stupid.
the other's
It's
5.
stupid to say they're going in a bad
what's
direction.
stupid is to talk about
And
a
then you
Hawks
come in
team.
with a Hawks thing, 6-4.
That's all I said. And by the way, they're missing like 3 guys. And you want to tell me all about the rebuild rankings. Shut up.
You shut up.
Rebuild rankings. What's he even talking about?
Shut your mouth.
He started this segment with an admission of a player he doesn't even know who he is.
Don't know who Mama Makusai is.
Gosh.
You said you didn't know who he was.
I know, but I didn't bring it up.
Well, I brought it up because the guy had 34
And then I didn't
points.
start calling people idiots about their takes in the NBA.
That's an idiot.
What's wrong with you?
Thank you, E.
You need to go to Fillmore Junior High and learn a little and come back. Some manners.
This is the drill. We got New York City headlines coming up next.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. The Florida Gators and Jacksonville Jaguars living under the same radio roof. 1010XL, flagship station of the Gators and Jaguars.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle. Tired of spending all day looking for a new truck? Then stop. At Garber Auto Mall, you can see every new American-made truck side by side. Chevy, GMC, Buick, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Visit us at GarberAutomall.com or in Green Cove Springs. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there is always a little room for wiggle. Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day and any time. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. Doc T said, Hick, I'm going concierge medicine. I said, what does that mean? He said, that means if you're not feeling good, come see me that day. Oh, I like that. That means if you have a medical emergency, you call me and I answer and tell you what to do. I said, even better. He says, kind of like being a member of an exclusive golf club. I said, Doc, what are we talking here? Oh, no, the cost was very surprising and very affordable. And as far as doctors, Townsend's the best. I can tell you, I've been going to him for years. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest, a fixture in our community. So whatever you need medically, yearly physicals, officer virtual visits, cancer screens, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups, Doc T's got you covered. So you got questions? It's real easy. Just go to mypvconcierge.com. Has all your answers. Listen closely, mypvconcierge.com.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
What's happening, folks? E.T. here for Twin Peaks, which happens to be the best in the game, by the way. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late at night? Only at the #1 spot. Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand smash burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge. And tell them E.T. sent you.
You are in for a treat on Saturday, March 22nd from 1 to 4 p.m. at Tobacco Cove, where the smoke is rich and the deals are hotter than a lit cigar. It's time for the La Aroma de Cuba cigar event. With great cigars, mouth-watering food, and awesome prizes. What more could you want? Tobacco Cove, 3849 Bay Meadows Road. More than a cigar store, it's an experience.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, I've seen ads for diamonds where you see the words all diamonds certified by IGI, EGL, or GIA. Just what does all that mean?
Frank, it's confusing because those letters represent various diamond grading laboratories. However, it's important to point out that labs don't certify anything. They issue diamond grading reports. The only entity that can certify the diamond is the seller. There's one exception to that, and that's members of the American Gem Society have the ability to certify diamonds through their partnership with the American Gem Society Laboratory. That's because it's the only partnership in the world where an organization devoted to consumer protection through gemological education and ethics has a laboratory built on the exact same principles. We have these certificates at Underwoods, but more importantly, we have American Gem Society certified gemologists that look at all of these diamonds and put our grade and our certification of the diamond's quality on it. And believe me, that's important.
Find out why soccer is the most popular game in the world and spreading fast on the First Coast.
On the Sporty Jack Soccer Hour.
Join Cole Pepper, Mauricio Ruiz, and Becky Burley as they discuss the latest in the world of soccer.
Tuesday nights at 6
on 1010 a.m.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performancepainting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. Mr. Chubby's Wings is giving away free beer again this year for the Madness Tournament.
Do they really give you a free pint of Miller Lite for each game you pick right?
Yes, all you got to do is fill out your bracket at 1010XL.com. The contest page closes this morning, so go to the flash page now at 1010XL.com. For free beer, just download your bracket, print it out, and bring it into any Mr. Chubby's Wings during the games. Every game you pick right, you get a free beer.
Go to 1010XL.com now. It's the free beer Chubby Madness Bracket Challenge. See Mr. Chubby's Wings Facebook for full contest details.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, superiorfenceandrail.com.
Here's Linda Beaver.
It's a new year with new goals, but let's face it, not all resolutions are easy to keep. Maybe you promised yourself you'd eat healthier, but pizza still seems like a better idea. Or you said you'd read more, but your favorite show just launched a new season. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, we can help you keep your New Year's resolution. We offer the biggest selection, best prices, and the easiest car buying experience. Let's make a resolution to visit Beaver Toyota or Beaver Chevrolet, where we'll wow you with a new ride for the new year.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
And we're back! It's the drill on a Thursday. FSU's working on practice, but it's closed this year, which is interesting. So it'll be kind of quiet out there this year. And it'll be a lot of change, man. This is a huge year for FSU football. I mean, huge year. I mean, like, where are you if you go 6-6 in your fifth year? It's the same for Florida. If it all falls apart, Billy Napier, they're both coaching for their lives. But as bad as it was in Gainesville, never 2-10 bad, but as good as it was, there was never a 13-0 either. So Norvell has both sides of the
yeah, but the 13-0 didn't give you any.
Well,
you didn't get anything you earned from that. They got totally screwed. Especially the further away from that, the worse it's going to look. By the way,
they got screwed though because of the injury, whether debatable or not.
Yeah,
but
still,
they did get an ACC championship and a title.
Yeah. I just think it was unfair to the rest of the team and those defenders who have gone on to NFL glory to tell them that y'all don't matter. You don't have a quarterback.
That's fair.
But in all likelihood, they would have gotten waxed. But still, they earned that, I think, opportunity. But that's way old news, right?
Yeah. But it's just, this is, and you open with Alabama, and I can already read the headlines. I mean, because I'm not expecting now. If they go beat Alabama, then okay, it's a
There's
great.
no way.
But you can't. Well, there's a lot changed Alabama.
Well,
too.
that's fair, and it's not Nick Saban anymore. You just can't assume. And this second year, this is a dicey year for DeBoer.
Yeah.
No, so that's second. They were only okay last year.
But if they lose to Bama, FSU has an unbelievable first game record like the last 10 years.
Bama missed the playoff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he missed it in year one.
They're like, aren't they like, I think FSU, I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know, but they've won like 1 or 2 games in the last 6 or 7 years on opening day. They've been terrible.
Yeah, they lost Georgia Tech last year.
Right. And they usually play a really good team.
Yeah,
but,
LSU a couple times. Now they beat LSU twice.
Yeah. But I think that's it. I think those are the only wins. And so
who's quarterback for Bama?
It's going to be.
I haven't gotten into any of that yet. Is it a freshman?
No, they got that Simpson kid who's back.
But they got a transfer.
And then they got another kid who came from Washington who knows the offense really well. And then they got a hotshot freshman.
All
so
right.
they're battling.
All right.
Yeah.
A lot of them had to do with that. They're good at other positions, though. I've seen. I've seen preseason top 25s where they're right up there in the 5 or the 10. But this is a big year for DeBoer because if they fall out now, Bama's not Bama anymore.
Correct.
If they go 8, if they lose 3 games and they don't go to the playoffs, they don't win. They're not.
I agree.
It's over. It's done. Just like it was when it's now Ron Zook at Florida. It's right. It's whoever's replacing. It's Will Muschamp replacing Urban. And Urban, in fairness, never had the kind of dominance that Nick Saban has. Urban didn't have the kind of dominance that Smart currently enjoys. Urban had great years when his good was great, but Saban and Smart are more like Spurrier. No. They were dominant in the conference every year for 10, 12 years in a row, except one here or there. Whereas Urban, he'd flare up and get you when he was great. But other than that, he's not afraid to throw a 9-3 or 8-4 at you.
You want to see what's trending?
Sure.
How you feel?
I feel good. I want to. There's this basketball story I heard. I want y'all to hear it real quick.
Okay.
Then we could trend. It's Pat Beverly on his podcast. I want to know if y'all know about this.
Oh dear. Oh boy.
If anyone doesn't know John Shire, he played at Glenbrook North. When I say Ron, he never ducked any smoke from any athlete in Chicago. He never ducked any smoke. If you're from the west side of Chicago, your high school was in the hood, I'm on my way, I'm coming, I'm playing. If you were high ranked closer to me, it's okay, I'm coming to play. Any Christmas tournament, Proviso West, John Shire, the coach at Duke, I'm on my way, I'm playing. I don't give a who y'all think y'all is. They call him the White Mike. He was so cold. It was in the projects walk into his games, Ron. You don't hear what I'm saying. Walk into his games at Proviso West. He had a stardom that no other kid had in Chicago. And his school wasn't even in Chicago. They were in Glenbrook North. He won national championship. I got a chance for me and him to actually be on the same team. Mind you, when we played in high school, he was Mr. Illinois. We're in the Miami Heat together. We're trying to make it. We're in the summer league together. We're on the same court together. I think someone throws an outlet. A guy reaches in by the name of Joe Ingles, pokes him in the eye. Legally blind.
Damn.
Can never play basketball again.
Really?
Had to get on a helicopter off to another hospital just to fix his eye last time he played basketball.
Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
How's that story not been told?
Right. Pat Beverly, his podcast, he's a real good storyteller.
Yeah.
And he was just telling that story about Josh. I didn't know it either till I heard it.
I mean, in fairness, I don't think Shire ever played a minute in the NBA, so he must be talking about summer.
Yeah, summer league.
Yeah, Shire was not an NBA player.
Apparently,
Shire
he's
didn't
that
play
guy.
at all in the NBA?
No.
Was he drafted?
I don't think so.
Man, he was that guy in Chicago.
He was not that great at Duke.
18 points a game is last year.
Yeah, well, that's very good then.
Yeah.
18 is a lot.
12, 11, 14, and 18.
I guess I'm just saying he did not live up. If you're talking about that level of pride, he wasn't Zion and Leitner and Hurley and Hill and Cherokee freaking Parks he wasn't that guy. Just a guy.
So that's the story. He got poked in the eye and he got blinded?
Again, let's tap the brakes on it ending his NBA career. He was undrafted into the NBA.
He was undrafted?
Yeah, he was undrafted and never played.
Why?
And also after either before or after, he did go play he played in Europe until 2013. He was undrafted in the NBA in 2010.
We had a one-eye guy in Florida playing hoops. Eddie Shannon, is that his name?
Was that who it was?
Wasn't Eddie Shannon?
It was him.
Am I wrong?
one of the guys, I don't remember who it was. It was one of the guards. I was going to say Irv, but it wasn't Irv.
No.
Irv only shot like he had one eye.
Pretty sure Eddie Shannon only had one eye.
I want him a glass eye. What or is it?
Yeah, Shannon, a native of West Palm Beach in Florida, played his entire career with essentially only one eye.
Yeah.
At the age of 10, unintentionally hitting the right eye with a rock.
Unintentionally. Yeah. Somebody threw a rock at him.
He got some NBA time.
Did he?
Like 10-day contracts and stuff. I'm pretty sure.
I remember Chioza doing that. I don't remember Shannon getting it. I do remember Shannon with one daggum eye. He may have left atop the 3-point list. He was at one point.
It's just the way you said it.
So much for
Shannon with one daggum eye.
One eye.
One daggum eye.
I'll say this about John Shire. He looks like he's the right coach, man. They might have hit a home run with this kid because he's got great kids coming in next year. He's got the Boozer boys coming in.
And there was there was somebody else that folks thought coulda, shoulda, or would have been. It's not like he was coaching away. I guess there was another guy that got a little bit of steam for getting that job, and he didn't. But no, to your point, here's Shire who has his team.
Oh, Big Pat says Eddie Shannon is an assistant coach at South Carolina now.
Okay,
I didn't know that.
Nice.
And he said, that is
he's the
one-eye guy. John Shire, by the way, this is interesting. 3 of the number 1 seeds coaches are Jewish.
We talked about this the other day.
It's interesting. Shire, Bruce Pearl, and Todd Golden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know if it means anything, but it's just interesting.
Yeah. And Kelvin Sampson, no.
Kelvin Sampson is not Jewish.
I don't think,
as far as we know. Yeah.
We haven't checked. I haven't religion checked him yet, but
you want to see what's trending? By the way, brought to you by our friend Dr. Rick Townsend.
The Madness starts today, huh? What a great week. The Madness starts today, March Madness. And pick a great week. Go play a golf tournament. I won't watch any basketball for the next 2.5 days.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
Number 5.
Well, Southwest has announced that they're moving away from free check bags. But I got news for y'all. They were never free. They were always just.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What does that mean? I'm moving away from it.
Well, so here's what they're going to do. They would include it. They basically put it into your price. So now they're going to make the prices look cheaper, but charge you for the bag.
Either way, we get screwed.
Either way, we get screwed.
That's fine.
Man, this is my fault. I flew Southwest when we went out to Texas a month ago for the first time in forever. I had a great time. I did nothing but share rave reviews about them, and they go and do this.
Yep.
Let me ask you guys a quick question on flying. Like when you have the carry-on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I always check the carry-on in. You don't have to pay $50. I'm like, here, take the carry. I like to walk around the airport free. I don't have to worry about shoving it up in the thing.
I'm a backpack guy, so I just.
If you're a backpack,
yeah, a backpack guy.
Though that's easier.
Yeah, it's easier to carry.
Those carry-ons, man.
I don't do because Southwest didn't charge us for checking bags. I just checked bags and didn't worry about it.
Yeah,
I used to not like checking bags. It doesn't bother me anymore. It's really kind of quick. I used to. In your mind, you're like, it's going to cost you a half an hour. But
yeah, I'm a carry on a personal item type of guy.
If I can get away with it, so am I.
Yep.
Number 4.
Byron Leftwich has joined the Colorado coaching staff.
Yeah, they got a lot of former players out there. Sapp's out there. Marshall Falk we talked about the other day. So, yeah, good for Dion.
Number 3.
Amir Khan, we spoke about this earlier. He's the first student athlete manager to ink an NIL deal, signing with BW3, Tick Picks, and Insomnia Cookies.
Yeah, Amir Khan is the guy who carries the boombox for McNeese State and sings along with the fellas. And yeah, it's kind of funny.
Number 2.
Let's hope he's one and done because Jeff has him going to the Sweet 16.
I do. Let's go.
I pulled this story especially for
Wild
you.
Will, remember him?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was nothing but trouble. He'd be fine. Poor LSU. There's a lot of coaches. They'd be fine if they got hired now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I pulled this story just for you because I wanted your feedback on this.
Gen Zs are now taking classes on how to make phone calls. So it's called telephobia, and it's a fear or anxiety around making and receiving telephone calls. 75% of them say they never answer a phone call. But this is causing problems for when employers reach out for interviews, or Gen Zs have to make a phone call to make a dentist appointment or something. And many students struggle with phone interviews because they haven't had the chance to practice. So now workshops are being held to help them feel more confident with students practicing everyday calls like making doctor's appointments. One career advisor is suggesting people practice.
Enough.
Jeff, any thoughts on that?
Could the instructor be any more beta to begin with? Huh? We're trying to teach people how to man up. Is that what I'm to understand?
Why do you do this, E?
Can we just are we really to a point that an entire generation is so afraid of their shadow and so anxiety-ridden and pill-laden that they can't answer a phone? Is that what I'm to understand? That we're worried about their employment because their employers can't get in touch with them because the phone rings and they pee themselves? Yeah, fire them. That's what I say.
Number
And
one.
the number one trending topic, the madness starts
Take your
today.
Xanax.
Yes.
The madness starts today. Get those brackets filled out. Head over to 1010XL.com so you can join that Mr. Chubby's the Mr. Chubby's bracket challenge for your chance to win tickets to Rockville.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got the pictures of Tyreek Hill's insane run this year. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Looks like 5 of the ladies' photos here.
I gotta check.
Get us out of here, E.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Yeah.
Hello, Tony.
Hello. I think we all have those moments. We're all at the point with technology where someone is calling. We're like, just send a text.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we all have those kind of moments with things, but it's not like, well, I can't answer the phone because I might crumble. Right? If I pick up the phone. Right. Like, I can't imagine being in that headspace.
Yeah, if you're in that headspace, it's a tough world. Yeah. That's for sure.
How do you go outside?
Yeah. What do you got cooking today?
We have our question of the day today asking, assuming they all stay healthy, which of these presumptive starters will start the fewest games in 2025 for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Your options, running back Travis Etienne, center Robert Hainsey, offensive tackle Walker Little, or linebacker Devin Lloyd.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So all 4 guys
You can make an argument for all those
starters right now, but who is the most likely to be dethroned?
I like that.
In that position, yeah.
All right, well, good question.
Unfortunately, you can't go all of the above.
No. That would be bad, too.
Yeah, you don't want all 4 gone.
That would be
I know.
Especially the center.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're assuming it's not for an injury, right?
Yeah.
Like someone just comes in and
An
takes the
upgrade.
job.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
We need some upgrading around here.
Yeah.
All right, well, have a good show.
Thank you.
Mike and Tony getting ready for Jaguars today. Our work is done here, Jeff.